changed. They need to be aware of that. That was originally scheduled Friday, then it was moved to Thursday. Now it is on Wednesday of that week because they are in, that's the UEA week.
Oh.
And those schools aren't even, no one's around on Thursday, so that one has been changed to Wednesday like the rest of the state now.
So that'll be kind of a little interesting for those schools because you got 2 days to prepare. Basically, you play on Friday, you come back Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday you play. So that's a quick turnaround. Of course, all the teams are doing it, but still, that's still tough.
That's a tough thing to do when you're playing the best team, possibly, or quite frankly, the best team in the state on 2 days. And the JVs will play on Tuesday here.
Yeah.
And that's 1 day of preparation, so pretty tough.
Yeah, it'll be kind of a, but we all know that North South Summit's probably the team to beat. They won it last year. They're big, physical, strong team, and they're going to be tough.
Their skill people are tremendous.
Yeah, so it's the team you got to knock off if you're going to win a state championship somewhere down the road, and it's going to take a pretty good team to do that. So.
That's right.
We'll go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more Snow College pregame.
You've heard for years that Gunnison Market is your hometown grocer. Now Gunnison Market offers you a hometown pharmacist. Come experience friendly hometown service from Sean Sorensen at Gunnison Market Pharmacy. Sean grew up in Gunnison and offers competitive prices, expert advice, and convenient hours, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Explore the loyalty card benefits, which gives you a free gift card for every 10 prescriptions filled. Call 528-7555 or visit Gunnison Market Pharmacy.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger with smoked brisket, mesquite barbecue sauce, and jalapeno straws. New at Carl's Jr. For limited time, available at half-pound thick burgers.
Attention all farmers. Hermanson's Mill in Gunnison is having a fertilizer meeting that you won't want to miss out on. One of Simplot's head agronomists is coming down to help you increase your yields in alfalfa, corn, small grains, and any other crop you grow. Hermanson's Mill is getting a new state-of-the-art fertilizer blender and will be able to custom blend you any fertilizer combination you need. The meeting will be at the Gunnison City Hall on Thursday, October 16th at 8:30 a.m. After the meeting, lunch will be served. This is one meeting you won't want to miss out on. Please RSVP to Hermanson's Mill at 528-3136.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
We're back here in Fillmore, Utah. This pregame show is brought to you by Snow College. Get a quality education that's affordable and fun at Snow College. Visit them on the internet at snow.edu. Both teams are here ready to play. Millard in their throwback uniforms, or growback uniforms, or old uniforms. What do you want to call them?
Well, it's back to the Stars and Bars days of Lou Munson and the boys. This is the only time this year they're going to wear them. The old stars and bars on the pants and the royal blue, which everybody seems to hate. I still think it looks pretty sharp. I guess I'm old, though.
Yeah, I'm old, too, because I like it, too. Yeah. So but, kind of fun to see that. I think BYU's playing in the throwback uniforms tonight, too. So this is throwback night. So for those two teams. Big game for these two teams. Really would be devastating for either team to lose because playoff things are going to get really, really tough if you do.
Yeah, a loser of this game really drops into that 5th, 6th spot, which means they're on the road for the whole thing, and it will be an extremely difficult road to hoe at that point.
Yep. So it'd be tough, and you really have a chance to not even get in the playoffs. Millard is 1-2 in the region, and Gunnison is 1-3. So. They both only have one win. Of course, there's only been 3 games played, but still, you're going to put yourself in a big world of hurt. You have a chance of getting knocked out of the playoffs totally if you don't start winning some games.
Millard has to win this game, and they have to win the Layton Christian Academy game. Yep. Same can be said for Gunnison, although Gunnison still has to play American Leadership Academy, or excuse me, Summit Academy, which is a little bit more difficult than the road that Millard has to go down.
Yeah, so if Millard somehow could win this tonight, it would put them at least a pretty good chance of getting the playoffs.
That's right.
Getting that 4th place spot. And then, like you say, next week they got to play Layton Christian, so that's kind of getting critical for those games there, everybody for where you want to get to put in the playoffs. We see that Gunnison's lined up in that spread formation we see from BYU, University of Utah, about everybody in the nation's run it in college, and so, but that's a different kind of level. We're going to have the national anthem, so while they're doing the national anthem, we'll go back to studio for 90 seconds.
Visit the new copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison for a variety of services, including color copies, scrapbooking supplies, photo prints, wire binding, 27-inch lamination, blueprint copies, vinyl lettering, booklet making, and they have Kodak picture makers as well as Pebbles albums and page kits. Visit the copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison, open weekdays 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. And for sound advice on insurance choices, call Donaldson Insurance in Gunnison, toll-free 800-978-2121.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year. Serving the Gunnison Valley for over 100 years, the Gunnison Telephone Company has seen amazing changes in the telephone business over the past century. From the crane telephone of the past to convenient cordless phones, call waiting, call forwarding, and lightning-fast internet service, the Gunnison Telephone Company continues to serve the telephone and internet needs of the communities in the beautiful Gunnison Valley.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Lazy D Pond now offers water transfer printing for your guns, and they have hundreds of patterns to choose from. Water transfer printing is more durable than paint and decals and is made to survive in harsh conditions. Bring your guns to Lazy D Pond and pick your pattern, from camo to skulls to just about anything. Lazy D Pond can also print ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. Water transfer printing now at Lazy D Pond, 420 South Main in Centerfield.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
We're back here in Fillmore, Utah. Gunnison Bulldogs, Millard Eagles, and the Snow College pregame show is about over because we're about ready to play football. Gunnison Bulldogs will be in white uniforms with the dark helmets, the white tops, and the dark pants. Millard Eagles will be in the royal blue. And if you want to see this on the internet, you can get it and see live pictures. See the thing live. And it's on Channel 10. Under Centricom, and you just would enjoy that immensely if you can still listen to us and do the pictures both. So it's a lot of fun, and we appreciate what they do. They're sending Jim Quigley out, one of the old Millard High quarterbacks from yesteryear, as honorary captain to go out with the team, and kind of an honor for him. Kind of fun to see, and they'll do the coin flip out there. I see Gunnison in their pregame, and boy, they send receivers, 4 of them downfield, and that quarterback can throw the football. If he has time and can throw where he wants, Millard could be in for a real dogfight. So, throws the ball really well. Looks pretty impressive in what he does do. Has good proficiency. Skylar Cranny for the Millard Eagles is the quarterback, and He's brought a new dimension in throwing to the Millard Eagles. They've thrown the ball a lot more this year than they have other years and been a lot more effective. So they're kind of getting where everybody used to get 11 men in the box. If you do that to Skylar Crandy, he may take advantage of you today. So he's forcing you to do the things you want. So I think you'll see from Millard maybe a little more rounded offense and the run, and but you know, you never know until they come out, because those coaches are going to come out with the game plans that they want to have, and it's going to be a fun thing to watch. So the clocks are set, and we're ready to go, ready for the kickoff as the captains are still meeting in the middle of the field, ready for the coin toss. So any final words before we get into the real thing?
Well, again, it's been my experience that the team that scores the most points 99.9% of the time gets to win the game.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. There have been a few games where, even though they've scored the most, some kind of technicality has caused them to lose a game, but that doesn't happen very often.
Okay, I guess I missed those games.
Well, you know, if you play an ineligible player, you know, they make you forfeit the game, even though you scored the most points. You know?
There you go. There you go. Those kinds of things are true.
99.9% of the time.
So it looks like Millard will be in the north end zone, and Gunnison will be in the south end zone. Did you get who was kicking off receiving?
Gunnison will receive at the south. I assume that means that Millard won the toss and deferred to the second half. Gunnison will get the ball first coming out of the south.
That's a normal thing to do for 99% of the, maybe not that many, but 95% of the time.
Well, you go 99.9%, that keeps you clear, see?
Yeah.
You always got to put that 0.1%. You're a mathematician, you know that.
I've been on the field at times when we've kicked both times.
Well, those are bad choices, but
the reason was because the wind was blowing 400 miles an hour. You wanted the wind, so you could kick off. You knew you could put them in a hole. They had to go into the wind. It was tough.
I remember a situation in the state championship game that way when we got to receive both ends, but it wasn't any good because the wind was so bad in the first half.
Yeah.
That was, and we found out later that was a mistake by the kid making the call. The team actually wanted the ball, but the kid made a mistake.
So, yeah, you get to choose the end of the field or you can choose the kickoff, and so you have that option. Sometimes the wind, when it's really howling, is more of an effective thing than anything else.
It was that day.
I remember that game.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, it was an oh dear day. Yeah. Okay, so kicking off for the Millard Eagles will be number 1, Paco Alcala.
We're going to have a little bit of problem with the numbers. Might as well make that disclaimer right now because these are throwback uniforms, and they are not the same as their normal numbers.
So we will guess the best we can. Kick is going to be a line drive. It's going to go into the end zone, however, and that will be you can't run that back out. So for the Gunnison Bulldogs, that would have been Lane Jensen. He wanted to run it out, but referee said you can't do that.
Yeah, that was well in the end zone. Number 1 is Paco Alcala or Slade Sheriff. I would think that was probably Paco Alcala kicking that ball.
Since he's done it all year, that's a pretty good guess.
And it's a lot bigger than Slade.
Yeah. So Away we go. So Gunnison Bulldogs breaks the huddle. Well, they come to the huddle and they bring the play in from the sidelines. And they're having quite a bit of discussion in there for this first play.
They're picking an 80-yard touchdown play.
Yeah, they're ready to pull a doozy out of the hat, it looks like, because they had to talk about that in quite a while. Have a single setback in the backfield. They have 2 wide receivers left, and actually 2 right. They fake the ball in the middle and going to throw a pass back to the quarterback on the outside. He's going to throw a double pass down the field and wide open. And you're right, it's a super-duper play. Cross midfield to the 40, to the 35, to 30, 20, 10. Touchdown for the Gunnison Bulldogs. An 80-yard play. What did you call that?
Penalty flag down, though. I think the first pass was a forward pass. That makes the second pass illegal. So, a lineman downfield, it looks like.
Okay, so all of that's for nothing.
Yep.
But it was exciting.
Well, you know, they went for broke on the first play, give it to the Gunnison Bulldogs. You know, they weren't going to come in here and play passive. They were going to attack on that very first play and go after it, and it worked for them.
As they got Reese Reynolds behind everybody, and then he just outran everybody. But I don't know if there was 2 forward passes. It kind of looked like it might have been forward to me, but I'm at not the best angle.
Well, it may have been, but they got the lineman downfield. But, you know, you've seen that before. In fact, in the NFL last week, I think 3 or 4 teams ran the throwback to the quarterback, but you never expect the quarterback after he receives it to go ahead and reset and throw it again.
Exactly.
So the reverse double pass, whatever you want to call that, very well designed by Gunnison Bulldogs.
It had Millard off ground, but it's a loss of down when you send an illegal man down. So it'll be second down instead of first. They don't get the down over. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs back at their own 15-yard line. And they run the ball up the middle, and there's nothing there. There's very little gain, if anything, as the running back, which was Cox, got hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the run offense, the option offense out of that pistol, you know, that like you said, everybody's running, but that may be why they don't get a lot of running touchdowns.
Yeah. So it'll bring up 3rd down. We'll call it maybe 14 to go. As I gave him what looks like a yard on that play. Cox is a big boy. He's a single setback in the backfield. You spread everybody out, and you get that big boy running up the middle. It creates some one-on-one situations. Quarterback throws the ball, and it's going to be high on the flat, incomplete as he's overthrew everybody.
Really, the only one that had a chance at that was the quarterback for Millard, that Skyler Cranny.
Yep.
He wasn't sure whether to play the man or the ball, and it went over all of them, but he was the only one that even got close to it, I believe.
So it'll bring up 4th down and 14 for the Bulldogs back at their own 16-yard line, it looks like.
That's going to take a lot of steam out of it, you know, Gunnison, you know,
Yeah.
get that big play called back, you know. And
touchdown, comes back, and now you're kicking the ball. Kind of a sidewinder kick, and Millard's going to get the ball, it looks like, right near midfield as it rolls dead at the 49-yard line. Is touched there. So it'll be 1st and 10 following the punt from the Bulldogs. And Millard gets really good field position as they're in the Gunnison territory at the 49-yard line.
Not sure what happened there. I saw one of the officials run clear across the field and have some words with number 5, Reese Reynolds of Gunnison. I didn't see him do anything, but it almost looked like the official was trying to keep some problems from happening. And he's still barking at the coaches.
So Cranny's in the shotgun. He has 2 backs in the backfield with him. There's 2 wide receivers right and 1 left. So we're opening up the offense here for the Millard Eagles. They get the shotgun pass. He throws the left arm, turn down the middle, and it's thrown behind and incomplete as it was intended for
Kevin Mao. And it was thrown behind, and that one nearly picked off by Reese Reynolds as the pass was behind the receiver.
If he'd have let him, he would have been pretty good shape because he
think
was
so.
right there where he needed to be. He had him shielded off with his body. So bring up 2nd and 10 for the Millard Eagles at the 49-yard line of the Gunnison Bulldogs. 2 wide receivers right. Quarterback in the shotgun formation again with 2 backs in the backfield. 1 receiver left. And they have a fumble snap, and down goes the quarterback on a big loss back at the 40-yard line on the Gunnison side of the field, so a loss of 11 yards for the Millard Eagles.
Even had he fielded that ball on the snap, I think he was in trouble there. Those linemen on that backside, unless they had a screen set up, maybe that's what it was a screen, because the lineman did fire out downfield.
That ball was snapped right at his feet, right at his toes. He had no chance.
Lineman fired out. I'm pretty sure that was a screen pass, but I couldn't see a receiver in there to catch it.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 21 for the Millard Eagles. As they're back at their Gunnison 40, and they have to get to their own 39. And they run up the middle on the second man through. He has a nice hole, and he's going to get 10, 15 yards. Not enough first down as he crosses midfield across the 45 and a down about the 44. Now, no one Coach Sheriff, it's 4th down, but I would bet he's going for it. What's your thinking?
Yeah, he's going for it.
He doesn't like to give that football away if he could help it.
Well, it's one of those situations, too. I mean, he's trusting his defense can handle it, but also the fact that a punt here, if it rolls in the end zone, you'd only get it 20 yards out of the punt.
Yeah. So quarterback comes under center for the first time tonight, and they run the dive play off the left side, and it's going to be a first down for the Millard Eagles as the ball carrier. Now, I don't know who 13 is. Was that 13?
That's going to be Bartholomew, I believe.
Okay.
And there's no 13 in it, but I'm pretty sure that's Bartholomew, Cade Bartholomew.
Okay. So we'll assume that's Cade Bartholomew.
Excuse me, Kyle Bartholomew. Cade graduated.
Yeah, that kind of way. You can watch this live on Centricom Channel 10 in Fillmore on the internet at centricom.com. And handoff. This one is going to be Brunson. He has a nice hold to the left, makes a good move, cuts to the outside, and he's going to get a first down as he crosses the 15-yard line somewhere near the 10 as he goes out of bounds or down over there.
Kudos to Richardson on that one. Andrew Richardson was a wide receiver on that side. Sealed that corner down inside, so when Brunson made the move and then the double move to get outside, that block was by Andrew Richardson on that wide receiver on the outside.
I get to watch that on the replay, and it was a nice block. He held him up.
So did I call it right then?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Okay.
You look pretty smart. Okay, so it'll be first and goal to go, 1st and 10. I don't know if it's there outside the.
Well, the flags are down, so it's goal to go.
First and goal for the Millard Eagles. They run a sweep to the right-hand side and getting to the corner and getting inside the 5.
That's in.
And
okay.
Not quite, but close.
See, I wasn't so smart. Looked like the whole pile went across. But again, nice blocking on the outside by backs and wide receivers.
Derek Brunson was the ball carrier. Just got to the outside on. They just do that quick pitch to the outside, and he just plain outran a lot of them. And then he was tackled on the replay just inside the pylon, so he's just short.
Got to learn to get his shoulders down and just hit into that pile as hard as he can.
Bring up 2nd down. Maybe 2. I can't really tell, 1 or 2.
1.
And we have the quarterback keep it. Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
It was a really hard exchange there. It was hard to tell who had it.
It looked like Cranny had to dive to get the ball into the hands of the running back.
So that was head, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all Rubalcaba, yeah.
Yeah, head of Rubalcaba.
But he was being hit. Cranny, as you watch the replay, was being hit as he handed the ball off and had to lay out to get it finished.
So he punches it in the end zone, and the Millard Eagles take a quick lead. Following the big loss, they still was able to get the first down of going on 4th down and score. So with the score, 7 for the Millard Eagles, 0 for the Gunnison Bulldogs. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
Basketball season is officially upon us, and once again the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs are heating up the court. And this year, Gunnison Valley Hospital is pleased to bring the game straight to your radio. Gunnison Valley Hospital has been serving the local community for more than 75 years. Whether you need a routine checkup or are seeking a specialist, Gunnison Valley Hospital can get you the care you deserve right here in Gunnison. Cutting-edge technology, hometown convenience. That's the Gunnison Valley Hospital.
Welcome back. Kerry Watson, Dennis Aldridge, and Millard Eagles lead with 8:46 remaining in the first period to play, 7-0 following a big driving touchdown by the Millard Eagles. And we have a low line drive kick that's going to bounce back in the end zone. And again, you can't run that out in high school football. So
Nope.
They'll have to take over at their own 20.
No matter where it bounces, if it gets in the end zone, its own power, that stops it.
So
Lane Jensen on the receiving end of that, but they weren't going to let him run anywhere.
he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He wanted to go both times, and they won't let him. Of course, it's against the rules, but other than that, it's no problem. So we have quarterback in the shotgun formation. Behind him is Cox, the single running back. 2 wide receivers, both sides of the field. And we run the fake the sweep, hand it off on a dive play back inside, and it goes for very little gain as Cox is kind of corralled on that one.
Diagnosed nicely by Watcott, the middle linebacker, as he came flying across the line of scrimmage right through a hole. He missed the initial tackle, but he knocked him off stride enough that the other linebackers could get to him. And I don't know what he was reading there other than just the handoff, but it allowed Gamble and others to get in on that tackle.
Sorensen was the ball carrier. He came from that wing position on the right side, come back on a reverse inside is what it was. So we have a second down and about 11 yards to go. The quarterback sprints out to his left, sees puts the ball away and heads downfield, and he's going to get maybe 5 yards, maybe 6 even, as he crosses the 25.
Gamble on a nice shoestring tackle from behind, hits his leg, and as he's going down, number 30 for Millard. Now, and again, I'm not sure who number 30 is because these numbers are off. Pierce Whitaker, possibly. That number could be right. Hit him hard from the front, so the quarterback took some real punishment there. I believe that is Pierce Whitaker. That number is correct.
Okay, there we go. So the quarterback, Hunter Whitney, carried the ball on the last one. Whitney again. Drops back to throw. Throws the ball long and deep down the left-hand side and goes through the Millard player's hands. He should have intercepted it. Pretty good defensive back there and got him tackled and knocked away.
He throws a nice ball, but it wasn't very accurate in that, again, it was over the head of his receiver. And
Austin Wardle
had a chance to intercept it, but it just goes right through his hands.
Yeah, it did. I watched the replay. He just let it go.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what happens. It's not real cold out there, but your hands lose just a little bit of feeling. And
he's got gloves on.
Oh, well, I should keep his hands warm, I assume. Better put some stick-em on him, huh?
So
probably not legal either.
Well, not anymore. We used to get away with that.
And we have the punting formation. It's a low-line drive punt fielded by Millard, number 1, and he takes back across midfield at the 50, the 45 to the 40, and runs into a bunch of Bulldogs. Flag goes down on the opposite side of the field.
Paco Alcala on the return.
So Paco brings the ball across midfield, but the penalty flag is...
If that was a hit in the back that was down close to that thing, I don't know where that came from, clear on the back side.
Way over there, and the replay isn't getting wide enough to see that.
Block in the back, Millard. It'd be interesting the point that it goes from.
Should go from the flag, shouldn't it?
Well, if that's where it goes from, that is not the block I saw. So...
Yes.
I was going to have issue if they'd called the other one farther back down the field. But from there, and again, that's unfortunate because it was way away from the play.
So, Gunnison's had to punt the ball away. And you mentioned off the air, this is really hard for Gunnison because you run that opening play, get a touchdown, it's called back on a lineman downfield penalty, and then they end up kicking the ball. And Millard has third down and like 20-some yards to go, 21 yards to go, ends up getting it down to 4th and 4, and then run to get the first down, take it on in and score. And that's just wind out of the sails. Boy, that's tough.
Yeah, that takes a lot out of you right there to begin with.
Millard
it's hard to recover from.
Cranny's back in the shotgun formation with 2 backs, 2 wide receivers to the left side of the formation. They've handed the ball up into the middle, and there's a nice hole up there, and it's going to be about a 10-yard gain. Going ahead for the Millard Eagles is Heda Rupakava.
Follows his blocks nicely, moves ahead about 10. I think that's a first down, a little bit more, about a half a yard for a first.
Yep, so the officials agree with you, move the chain, so it'll be 1st and 10. He kind of, the Gunnison player just had one leg. If he could have sprung that leg free, he could have been rolling, but he held him up long enough for the Gunnison.
Hanging on for dear life there. I mean, saved the touchdown. That was, I believe, number 23, Lane Jensen again.
Yep. So Millard again in the shotgun formation to the wide receivers to the right side of the field. And they hand off up the middle, and it goes nowhere nice this time.
Nice play by the Gunnison Bulldogs there. Number 50 involved in that, also number 70 involved in that. Braden Burrell, and also number 50 that we don't have.
I watched the replay, and the running back that was supposed to be leading the play run right past his block, and he just put one on Brunson right there.
He must not have.
He went through the hole nicely. He just forgot he was supposed to block.
Check and see if he's got a date to the homecoming dance with his girlfriend. That's why he let the block through. Eh?
Yeah. So it'll bring up second down, a loss on the play of maybe 2 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 12. Quarterback under center this time, runs the option to the left side, so pitches it back to Brunson. Brunson's going to get to the corner, and he's not going to get a first down, but he's going to get down to the 30-yard line where it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Knocked out of bounds by Reese Reynolds, number 5 of Gunnison. And that was the option that time, and the quarterback did a nice job that time as he held the ball to the last second, then got it out of there.
Nice block on the corner, too, for the Millard Eagles. I couldn't tell who it was, but, boy, he got outside and sealed that corner in on the pitch. So it'll bring up.
They've got the overload formation in there. I don't know if they'll do it, but usually when they bring in. Okay, no, that won't be.
Got a tight end right, and they run right, and they're going to get close to the. Oh, they're going to get the first down on second effort as he was hit at the line of scrimmage, and then fighting forward for the Millard Eagles, and that's the number 13. Who did you think that was?
Bartholomew, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Bartholomew.
I'm going to write that in the programs. I don't know.
He runs. The only way I can tell is the running style. He runs really, really hard.
We have an official's timeout on the field.
Player down. They're helping him off now, and it's the number 5, Reese Reynolds.
Yeah, and he's been really active, so it'll hurt them to lose him.
Holding his lower back right now.
1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles as they're inside the 30-yard line, about the 28. Knocking on the door again. Quarterback's going to go under center this time. 2 backs in the backfield. And the quarterback drops back to throw, throws the left-handed pass out in the flat. It's going to be caught at the 15-yard line, and then battling across the 10-yard line would be number 22 for the Millard Eagles. That would be Hedda Rupakava.
And see, that's the one thing I think Brunson's got to learn there. That at the very end of that thing, watch him drop his head and just run over somebody because he knows it's done. He can't get any more yardage, so just deliver the blow. And Brunson's got to learn that one too.
He kind of, on the replay, did deliver the blow, but it wasn't on purpose. Somebody tripped his feet and he went down.
We're claiming it. We're claiming it.
Okay. He put his head down because somebody grabbed his feet and he tripped.
But he was going to run over that young man one way or the other.
So we have a timeout on the field with the score 7-0 for the Millard Eagles. 5:30. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
His helmet came off.
And a player with the helmet come off, and they have to substitute back in. So we're back here on the field, 7-0 for the Millard Eagles. 5:30 remaining in the first period of play. Millard inside the 10-yard line. And the quarterback under center and handed off to the left-hand side.
That's Rubakava.
Rubakava just takes it in.
He got behind his big blockers, and they just powered through inside. And as the pile was going down, he bounced to the outside, and he untouched, basically, other than his own players.
Yep, number 13. No, it isn't. It's 22.
Yeah.
So Rubakava, they kind of got me on the fake, and I followed the fake. So
good blocking by the right side of that offensive line, too.
So Millard punches it in, scores 13-0 with 5:25 remaining in the first period of play, and here comes the extra point attempt. And it's up long enough, and it is good. So with the score, 14-0 with 5:25 remaining in this first period of play. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and Well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Welcome back. Kerry Watson, Dennis Aldridge, Millard Eagles leading 14-0 in the first period of play over the Gunnison Bulldogs. Approaching the ball for the Millard Eagles, and a nice kick. It's going to come down. He's going to get to run this and back if he wants to. He's right on the, nope.
He had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I guess the ball crossed the plane.
Yep, so no running back, and it'll be another start at the 20-yard line. Millard's had great field position on both of their possessions. Both of them had been near the 50-yard line and was able to capitalize on those drives, taking them in. And basically, they threw the ball enough to keep them honest, but basically just overpowering them up front right now.
It's almost like they've thrown it to have some fun with it, but when they've needed to, they can go straight ahead and power right over the top of them.
So it'll bring 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And we have a Whitney drop back, throw the football. His arm is hit as he throws it. It goes nowhere. It's thrown short over the middle as he couldn't get the ball off before his arm was whacked.
Didn't see who that was. I'm assuming that was probably either Walker Swallow or Tyler Gamble coming off that right-hand side. Defensively, the defensive end and the defensive tackle over there.
Yeah, so goes an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs, and they're deep at their own territory at the 20-yard line. They haven't been across midfield, only on a play that was called back. Quarterback fakes the sweep, let the ball is fumbled on the ground, and I
think they got it back, but Millard missed a chance there. It was recovered by number 43 for the Gunnison Bulldogs.
Cox.
McCade Cox.
Yeah, he just fumbled the ball. Nobody was around him. And
I wondered when that started if maybe that was going to be a halfback pass, the way the pitch and the way he rounded back there.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't see how it developed.
You're just going to think, are we seeing the same thing we saw at the first of the game, trying to get a pitch out there and then throw one down the field and get one. So it'll bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 17 yards to go. And quarterback is going to be in trouble back there. He does break the tackle, however, with the first one, but not the 2nd and 3rd one. And he's tackled back inside the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and a bad situation for the Bulldogs.
And he comes up limping. He was hit first by Rudy Rodriguez, or Jose Rodriguez, and then later by Walker Swallow and Tyler Gamble. Jose Rodriguez, yeah.
Jose, so, and then once they got him off balance and could see, they could smell the blood, boy, they went after him, didn't they?
He came up limping a little bit, too.
So he's got to get this off, and Millard blocks the punt, and it's going to be recovered on about the 5-yard line for the Millard Eagles.
And Ruvalcaba just falls on it. He could have picked it up and run it in.
Yeah. He'll learn. So following a punt that's blocked, Millard will take over on the Gunnison 4-yard line.
Good field position.
Yeah.
You called this one, eh?
I'll tell you what. 3:55 remaining in the first period of play, and Millard is knocking on the door for the 3rd time.
And you just see some of the emotion draining right out of Gunnison. You feel bad for him again. It started so good for them, so optimistically, and it's just see it just draining out of them with everything bad that happens.
So Millard has the football. Quarterback Cranny's going to be under center. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 backs in the backfield. In motion to the right, throws the pass over the middle, and it's intercepted or incomplete.
Well, the receiver kind of tripped a little bit.
It's intercepted.
And it was intercepted by the defensive back in the end zone. So you'll see Rubalcaba kind of fall, trip and fall, and the ball then was intercepted, a late tackle, but you didn't know, you know.
Exactly. That was
nice interception by the Gunnison Bulldogs. Then because they're in the end zone, they get it on the 20.
Yes, I think that was actually the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
And the guy tipped that, knocked the steam off of it, knocked it offline. So it'll be 1st and 10 following the interception for the Bulldogs, and maybe this will give them a little life as they need it. 3:49 remaining in the first period of play. Millard leading 14-0. Gunnison with the football. And Whitney, quarterback, throws the ball out, and it went out to the flat on that quick screen, but it's not going to go even maybe to the line of scrimmage.
It dropped. It was incomplete.
Oh, it's incomplete.
Went right through his hands and was incomplete.
Okay, so they throw that out there. And I'm watching the replay. Yep, and he can't find it. It just went through his hands, just like you said. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. A lot of teams like to throw that quick pass to the wide receivers out there, let the other one come and block in front.
The quick screen.
Yeah.
Where the one receiver blocks for the other.
Right. Trying to see if they can get a one-on-one situation and get a good gainer. One long pass way down, deep down the field, and good coverage by the Millard Eagles as number 1, which would have been Paco Acala, was right there in his face, knocked the ball away.
And again, the little Whitney kid throws a nice ball. He just, again, that needs to be just a little bit farther out there so his receiver can get to it. He's underthrowing his receivers just a little bit, and the Millard defenders are able to get up on it.
Yep. Alcala was right next to him in a really good position. If he had thrown a perfect ball over the top of his head, he couldn't have stopped it. But we threw rotten in the breadbasket. He was there. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3:38 remaining in the first period of play. 14-0 Millard in the lead. Gunnison way back in their own territory. Need a first down here. Need to change the momentum a little bit. This game could get away if they don't. Another quick screen out to the side, and it's going to be a much better game, but a penalty flag goes down for the Bulldogs. It's not going to be a first down anyway, I don't think, so they may just decline the penalty and go to 4th down.
Well, the Millard defense tried to take the inside track. The blocker for Gunnison just grabbed him and pulled him down because he knew he was going to get beat.
He did. You can see it on the replay. Just
the flag was slow coming out because the official grabbed it once and missed and had to go back for it. So it was early on that one was seen. Now they're trying to decide, do you take the play or take the penalty?
Millard declined it according to the official. Holding against the Bulldogs. Declined, 4th down.
And you wouldn't expect Gunnison to go for it down that deep.
Okay.
I said you wouldn't expect Gunnison to go.
Looks like they're coming to the line.
No, the punter just came in.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, they're dropping into punting formation. They're trying to get everybody where they belong. A little snap, but it's picked up fine, and the ball is kicked high and short. Millard calls for a fair catch across the midfield line, so they'll take over on their own 48-yard line. So Millard has been near the 50-yard line, except for the one they didn't score on with the 5-yard line on every possession.
Yeah, they don't like that short field.
No, they obviously didn't. 3:23 remaining in the first period of play. Millard leading 14, Gunnison 0. And Millard 52 yards away, and if they can keep running the ball like they have, Gunnison's had a hard time just stopping that running game of the Millard Eagles so far. 3 backs in the backfield this time, 2 wide receivers, quarterback under center, and he's going to fake the ball inside, runs, throw the left-handed pass way downfield, and it's going to be thrown up for grabs. It should have been intercepted, went through the hands of the receiver, Reese, and penalty, roughing the passer, huh?
That's what
that
I
was
think
a good
you're gonna
call. So you saw that, and I didn't. So,
well, you got the bar in your way.
Oh yeah, he did. He kind of let it out of his hand. He let him have it, and that should have been intercepted.
And the same thing can be said about the Millard quarterback there. You got to throw that out there to your receiver, not just throw it out to an area, because the receivers on both sides are becoming defenders instead of receivers, and it's happened to Gunnison, and now it's happened to Millard. The quarterback's just not getting the ball where the defender can get, or the receiver can get to it.
So with the penalty, ball's moved across midfield up to the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. Cranny again under center, full house backfield. Motion goes to the right-hand side, and they run the sweep to the right-hand side. Cut back inside is Brunson, and he has a nice hold to the left. He's going to get to the outside to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Brunson on a 37-yard TD run.
Penalty flag down.
Uh-oh.
And number 1 swinging at number 1. Kicking number 1. So you got number 1 from Gunnison, took a swing and a kick at Paco Alcala.
So we might
number
get to see
1
that.
is Trey Clark, and he was going at Alcala pretty hard for some reason.
I can't even see it on the screen, can you?
Well, if they continue it late enough. It's a great run, although there was a penalty flag down. It'll probably come back, but everything that took place after that, someone will get tossed here. So here comes.
It's not on the replay. This camera got too narrow to see it. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Gunnison Bulldogs.
And no one got ejected?
Whoa.
Wow.
You saw it and I didn't, so you would have a better call than I would.
There was a swing, a kick, a punch. No one got ejected?
That's a little scary, isn't it?
Oh, my. Well, fortunate for the young man from Gunnison, but something sure had him upset.
So Millard will probably decline the penalty, take the touchdown. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, there's.
There's the ejection.
There's the ejection indication by number 1, and you know there probably was something by the Millard player, but something sure infuriated that young man.
Boy, he was uptight, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah, he wasn't going to let go of that.
So Millard now leads 20-0, 3:08 remaining in the first period of play, and Paco Alcala will kick. Kick is up and good. So with the score 21-0, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Are you ready for a weekend away? Jorgensen's Honda is the place to start. They carry a full line of RVs to make that trip a lasting memory. With models like Yellowstone, Conquest, Amerilite, and Canyon Trail, you can find the perfect fit. For great fun and comfort, check out the full line of RVs at Jorgensen's Honda. Dennis or Mike can help you out. Stop by today at 980 South Coveview Road in Richfield, or give them a call at 435-896-6408.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
Welcome back. Looks like we're marking a penalty off against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they mark it off on the kickoff because it doesn't make much sense to do something like that on the extra point try. So they do it on the kickoff. Well, the way Paco Alcala's been kicking into the end zone, this is going to be a chip shot unless they try to kick it deep, figuring they can pin him inside the 20. Kick it short, I mean.
Yeah, kick a high short one possibly. It'd be the Alcala come over and talk to the coach what he wanted him to do.
Now, there have been times when Coach Sheriff in a situation like this, I don't know if he'll pour it on, but there's been times he's kicked it on sides, trusting, again, his defense. And even if they recover it, it's going to be, you know, pretty good field position for Millard defensively.
Millard's not showing that formation.
Well, they haven't done that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, so they tighten up in the middle usually when they do that. Millard should be off sides, and they are.
And that's exactly what he wanted. A pooch kick down to about the 2-yard line, which would have been excellent for Millard to have covered that and pinned them inside the 20.
So it'll be 5 yards back, and Millard will kick again.
Well, again, they like a challenge, you know.
I could see, I was on the line on that one. I could see him running way ahead of the kicker. He wanted to get down there, didn't he? Got to wait till he kicked the ball before you cross that line.
2 more of those will back to a normal kickoff.
There you go. Then you just have to kick it in the end zone and start at the 20. So away we go. Paco Alcala again calls. Officials whistle him, and away we go. And he does another pooch kick. This one's going to go down about the 10-yard line and picked up there by Cox. He has a nice run back up the middle, breaks a tackle, runs across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Well, that one wasn't quite deep enough, so the plan backfired. As Gunnison now with decent field position after this kickoff will have it at, the Millard 30, 35, 36-yard line, 34 looks like. So good field position for them. That worked out to their benefit.
That's the first time they're not on their own 20 starting, so they got 14 more yards than they've had to start the field with. So we have a long time break in the huddle. Last time they did this, they went for a touchdown when it was called back. So be aware, guys, when it takes a long time to break the huddle, something could be up. Quarterback again, Whitney.
Well, you've got your back judge still over there discussing something with the coach on the Gunnison side. He hasn't even lined up yet. Here he comes back out in the middle of the field.
Yeah. It's a little frustrating when you're down 21-0 the first period of play. And we have a sweep and coming from behind from the Millard Eagles, running down the running back, number 23.
Tyler Gamble.
And that was a great play by Gamble as he just came from the backside, saw the running just from the, it was a kind of a reverse from one of the receivers, and he just run him down from behind for a loss.
As the second or third time you've had linebackers come flying through on Millard. Again, you don't know if it's part of the scouting report or something they're reading up front, but they seem to be able to come untouched, just flying up in there.
Nobody touched him. He had a dead run right at him from the backside. So again, quarterback Whitney in the shotgun formation. Could have called motion. They didn't, but the quarterback's going to be sacked anyway. Boy, who came through? I mean, he was right there.
That's Tyler Gamble again.
So he must be blitzing, and they didn't pick him up.
He just goes right by the blocker that time.
He
beats the offensive lineman. He's passed him before he gets a chance to get set. Two great plays by Tyler Gamble, putting Gunnison way back in bad position now.
Yeah, we're talking third down and a mile.
Well, I've walked a mile before once in my life, and I don't think that's quite a mile.
It'll seem like it when you're trying the other team's trying to stop you.
Well, yeah, true. When you got the other fellers chasing you down from behind.
One thing about it, when they're chasing me, I'm faster than I usually am.
Well, that'd still be kind of slow, though. I've seen both of us run.
Yes, you got a point. And again, we're in the shotgun formation. Single set back, two wide receivers on both sides of the field. Quarterback calling for run the screen over the middle, and it's going to be dropped incomplete.
That's a pretty good call in that situation because you know they're not going to let you go deep. However, had he even caught that, he was in front of his lineman. So he was in trouble because he had a lot of blue shirts around him.
Yeah.
May not have got the first, but again, it was a good call, I think, in the situation that they were in.
So bring up fourth down and a whole bunch to go. So in their punting formation goes Gunnison, kind of a sidewinder kick, comes down the 45-yard line, breaks the tackle back there and steps. Paco called it to the 40, tries to spin move, and we got a penalty flag back at the 40, so that's going backwards.
Yeah, he got him. That hesitation step by Alcala threw everybody off, including his blockers.
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah. Block in the back. I even saw that one. So it'll be...
Again, they want the challenge, I guess, eh? And, this is fixing to really just all the tracks come off. If Millard were to push this in the minute left, and they've been scoring in about that much time, about a minute is about all they've been taking. This could really be ugly for Gunnison. Gunnison's going to call timeout real quick.
So we have a timeout on the field with the score. The Millard Eagles 21, the Gunnison Bulldogs 0. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Welcome back. Kerry Watson, Dennis Aldridge. 1:03 remaining in the first period of play. Millard ahead 21-0. They have the football about midfield. And Cranny keeps the football himself. A penalty flag goes up.
Fumble, too.
Fumble.
Gunnison has recovered the fumble, depending on what the penalty is.
So if this is against Millard, it'll be Gunnison football near midfield.
They're pointing towards Gunnison, however. May have been a face mask or something like that against the Gunnison Bulldogs. That'll turn the ball back to Millard. Yeah.
Cranny was kind of bent over going in the middle of that. I wonder if somebody did grab his face mask.
Early indication is face masking. There it is.
Yep. That maybe help you to fumble the ball if they grab you and rip your head off. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. The Millard Eagles have got a couple breaks on penalties today.
Yeah, which is different than they've had the last 3 weeks when they've been the offenders.
Yeah.
I know they've stressed it really hard this week, you know, that stop the crazy, worthless penalties.
Exactly.
Stay physical, but get rid of that nonsense.
55 seconds remaining. In the first period of play, the handoff up the middle. Brunson has a nice hold of the left side. Can get down to the 30. Nice tackle. It looked like he was going for big yards.
Tackle was by Cox. Did a nice job there. I thought he was gone to the house on that one. Cox came off a double-team block. In fact, you look at the replay. He was being double-teamed, broke both of them, ran by another blocker for Millard, and made the tackle. So that's a great effort by Cox.
So a gain of about 6 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 4 for the Millard Eagles. Cranny is a quarterback under center. They have 2 backs in the backfield. Got a wing left, and he drops back to throw the football. Has the ball wide open in the flat. It's caught by Millard down at the 15-yard line. I couldn't see the number.
Well, that's Paco Alcala down there.
It's Paco.
And he was wide open. I mean, you had somebody deep, and you had someone covering the short receiver, which was Rubalcava, and Paco Alcala was down there alone.
He got lost. Boy, somebody missed him totally. He comes out from behind that in the middle out of there, and some linebacker, somebody didn't even see him coming out. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. And at the end of the period, the score, 21 for the Eagles, 0 for the Bulldogs. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Honesty, integrity, friendliness. These values have kept Gunnison Valley Bank in business since 1909. At Gunnison Valley Bank, you won't be treated like a number by some giant corporation. Instead, like a valued friend by people who live in the same community. Gunnison Valley Bank is locally owned and dedicated to serving all your financial needs. All deposits, FDIC insured.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Millard's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Welcome back to Fillmore, Utah. Beginning of the second period, Millard leading 21-0. Millard has the football deep in territory of the Gunnison Bulldogs at about the,
17-yard line.
17-yard line. Sweep to the left. Nice blocking going out of bounds. And Cox again, 72. I think for the Bulldogs makes the play and pulls him down around the 12-yard line.
McCoy Roberts did a nice job from his defensive line position, getting all the way out there and knocking that thing down.
So it'll bring up 2nd down, a long 5 or a short 6 for the Millard Eagles. Cranny has a shotgun formation, 1 back in the backfield with him this time.
Wow, yeah, they really spread it out.
Yeah, this is a different formation we've ever seen. And they throw the ball to the back out of the backfield, which is Brunson. He catches the ball. But he's not going to even maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much on that.
Too far to go. It was not well deceiving. There was no deception on it. And all the defensive backs rotated up on it.
Yeah, they were definitely waiting for that one. So it'll bring up 3rd down. It was a loss on the play. So bring third down, and we'll call it 8 yards to go for the Millard Eagles. Quarterback under center, full house backfield, motion to the left, hand off with a quick dive up the middle, and it's going to go for a short game, but not enough to get him near first down territory.
Again, that's Cox. Cox beginning defensively to take this game over.
Yeah, he's turned into the animal, hasn't he?
Nice job there. Is that stop for a very short gain?
So bring fourth down, and we'll call it 7 to go for the Millard Eagles. Maybe
looks like they're going to try and kick it.
Do the field goal thing. Now, Collie could probably reach it from there without a lot of problems.
Well, he's got the leg for it. It's just, getting that timing down. And this is good practice. Whether he gets it or not, you got to do this once in a while.
Yes.
In game situations.
So here is the snap. Kick is blocked.
Get on it. It's live.
Yep. And Gunnison, Millard dove on it. Millard got the play, and it'll be turnover on
It'll be turnover on downs, but Gunnison could have picked that up and run with it, and one young man ran right by it. After he blocked it, he could have picked it up and run it.
The snap was kind of low, and he had to pick it up, cut it down, and it just took enough time for him to throw the kicker off. He had to slow down to come up to it, didn't do his normal motion, and so it just kind of was a line drive. They blocked it, so the blocked field goal, and Gunnison takes over.
Good stand. Millard had a 2nd and 6. And lost yardage after that. So it was a good stand by the Gunnison Bulldogs.
So where they at? Their own 16, 17-yard line?
18.
Okay, there we go. 18-yard line. So the quarterback throws the screen out in the flat. And nice play by number 33 for the Millard Eagles as he come up on a one-on-one block. Took his legs out from under him. That'd be Austin Wardle.
And the receiver was number 2, Jordan Sorensen. He's a little slow getting up. Now he said he lost his mouth guard or something. He's going to hustle back to the now he's going to go off the sideline.
About lost both his legs because he come up and put his shoulder pad right on his knees.
Yeah.
His legs went backwards as his body went forward on that one. 9:55 remaining in the second period of play. Millard leading 21-0. Gunnison with the football deep in their own territory. One back in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, spread formation again. Snap, comes back, quarterback throws the ball long. He just throws that quick. He just wasn't going to mess with anything, getting it out of there and hope they get to it. Incomplete as he overthrows everybody.
Well, we've been saying he needs to throw that out over his receiver, but that time it was way out there. And again, the defensive back for Millard was the only one there. And in fact, on the replay, number 5, Reese Reynolds, checks up. It looks like he's going to curl. And then the pass, he realizes has been thrown deep, and he tries to get to it. But
so that's why
that
maybe
check, him checking up, made it impossible for him to get to the ball.
So I'm telling you right now, Gamble's kind of been in the quarterback's face, and he wasn't going to hold on to that long because he knows he doesn't have much time. So he's going to get rid of it quickly so he has a chance to at least get it off. So it'll bring up third down, 12 or 13 yards to go. And again, the ball's thrown in the flat and completed. A nice pass and catch. First down?
That should be a first down. And nice reception under pressure. Now the one official's coming in and say it's incomplete.
I'll have to watch the replay because I couldn't see that.
Yeah, everybody had called that complete. The teams were moving down, and then the umpire, I believe, came in and waved that off. Called that incomplete. No, it would have been the back judge. The back judge came forward. He must have had a view that none of the rest of us had.
And we're not going to get the replay, so. Oh, no replay. Oh, we're just going to assume the official saw something we didn't.
Well, obviously he did. But.
And there's the punt, another sidewinder kick down at midfield, picked up by Alcala at the 50 to the 45, back to the 40, cuts back to his right. The 35 is going to be taken down near the 30-yard line of the Gunnison Bulldogs.
But he ran away from his blockers. He had a whole wall along the sideline, and he ran away from them.
Cut back
he
inside.
Ran back inside. You'll watch it on the replay. In fact, he ran past his one blocker. He ran right past Rubel Cobb. Set up on the outside. He cuts back inside, and he's got a wall of blockers on the outside.
Yep. So they'll take over at the Gunnison 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles, leading 21-0 with 9:21 remaining in the second period of play. Pardon me. Quarterback in the shotgun formation with 2 backs, and they run the. Quarterback keeps the football, turns the pitch to the right-hand side. Nice quarterback play, and Brunson gets the first down as he gets to the corner across the 20 to maybe the 15-yard line.
For those of us who've seen a lot of option football, finally, that was as well as they've ever run the option right there.
It was.
He pulls the ball out. He gets outside. He keeps the running back with him. Pitches at the last second. That was nice. That's nice option football right there.
It was. So Brunson carries the ball, but it was Clanny did it right. And he took the ball downfield, and the running back kept his angle so he could make the pitch. Quarterback under center, motion to the left-hand side, the pitch to the left-hand side, cutting back inside is Brunson. And he has a nice hole. He may go the distance and does go the distance for the TD.
No penalty flags.
So it's a touchdown. We'll call it a 17-yard TD run by Brunson.
It'd be good if you called it that because that's what it was.
Hey, that's pretty good then.
You got to quit giving me the one-liners.
I know. I got to set you up for something. So with 8:53 remaining in the third period of play, Millard puts another score up, 27-0 with the PAT attempt coming.
Well, you got motion on both sides. The offensive right tackle for Millard jumped, and the defensive left right end for
Gunnison.
Okay. They're going to say Millard move first.
We'll see if that makes any difference.
Bit of a challenge. 5 more yards.
Set the tee down. It's ready to kick it. So Paco Alcala has a chance here to make a longer. Oh, they fake it, or I don't know if it was on purpose or not. The pass was high. They throw the screen back to the left, and it's going to be caught in the end zone. Gunnison no more went with anybody than fly them in. They had 2 receivers back there was waiting for it.
I really thought the 2 Millard receivers were going to knock each other over for it, but you got Myers finally receives one. Got a 2-point conversion to Dane Myers.
So Dane Myers picks up 2, and the score is 29-0. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Trailer World is blowing them out. Blowing them out. Trailer World in Gunnison is having a huge sale on all remaining 2014 and 2015 Leighton, Grey Wolf, Aljo, and Wildcat demo, display, and show model travel trailers. This includes fifth wheel and tongue draggers, but you gotta hurry. Only 7 units remaining, so grab yours right now. They come with a full factory warranty and the most popular floor plans. With incredibly easy financing available and trade-ins welcome, don't miss out. Stop by Trailer World in Gunnison or online at freedom-ford.com.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
We're back here with the score 29 for the Millard Eagles, 0 for the Gunnison Bulldogs, and Millard is going to kick off. McCullough kicks the ball. It's long and deep, and it's going to be picked up about the goal line, and he's going to get to run this one back at the 20 to the 25, and that's going to be about it, the 25-yard line.
Return on the play, number 23 for the Gunnison Bulldogs.
That'd be Jensen, wouldn't it?
Yeah, get my glasses back on. That'd be Lane Jensen. Nice return by Lane Jensen. And that's interesting. With Alcala, the first quarter kicking into what little wind there is, kicked him in the end zone every time. Now he's kicking with the wind, and it doesn't get in the end zone.
Yep.
He must be tired.
He's tired of kicking off. I guess he's run fast, got a touchdown. He's had a lot of fun out there.
Playing both sides, both special teams, yep.
And he's right out here as a defensive back. 2 wide receivers, both sides of the field. Again, Cox is the single set back in the backfield with Whitney, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Whitney drops back, throws the quick ball out to the flat, and it's going to be caught and tackled almost immediately, but good for probably a 7-8 yard gain.
Nice catch. And what I see setting up there, I don't know if it's in their arsenal, but they are really well set up for the old hook and trailer.
Yep.
Right there, they had it there for them if he had pitched that to the other receiver, but not the call this time. And number 35 on the reception, I don't know if you mentioned that, Zach Christensen on the reception, 9 yards.
Zach has like 5 or 6 touchdowns he's caught this year, so he's legitimate. They've kept him somewhat under control today. So we'll call it 2nd down and 1. Whitney drops back to throw the football out of the shotgun formation. Has trouble, so he decides to run it, and he's going to go down across the 30, real close to the first down. It's going to
he'll get the first here. He's across the 35 at the 36. It should be a first down. But he was looking for the old slide because he was in a world of hurt there with the blue coming at him.
He had 3 of them angling on him. And he didn't really slide. He kind of just half went down, so they did kind of get a little bit of a shot on him. Kind of hunched over and thing instead of just dropping the slide to second base. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. I don't know if that's their first down of the game, but it might be.
Second, I believe. I believe that's their second first down.
Quarterback in the shotgun formation again. Going to drop back, throws the football, it's hit as he releases it, but it's caught downfielded for about a 5-yard gain by number 2, which would be Sorensen.
No, I believe that's 33 caught the ball out there, or 32.
See how good my eyes are?
Or 23. That's it's hard to see the numbers.
I saw the 2, so maybe it's a 23. That'd make me feel better.
Kyle White or Lane Jensen. It's hard to tell the 3. But, you know, they're starting to make that. We talked about Gunnison's throwing the ball.
Yep.
They've gone away from that deep ball now, and they've just gone to the short passing game, and they're very successful with the
5
short
at a time.
passing game.
5, 6 at a time isn't going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And they finally decide that's what they're due, but they're down 29-0 before they decide to do that. Run one up the middle.
Oh.
The ball went straight in the air off the fumble. I do believe Millard's got the football.
Not only got it, but they picked it up, and they're trying to move forward with it. They picked it up and picked up a couple of extra yards, but hit hard. That ball got straight in the air.
He was hit. Right up the middle goes Cox. Boy, that ball, the helmet was right on the ball. I can't see the number. But
did not get the number. Number 13, and that's Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. He tackles like he runs because he's not afraid of getting after it, is he?
And recovered by Tyler Campbell. He wanted a touchdown.
Yeah, he was going
One
for it.
One chance for a touchdown. Bad break for the Gunnison Bulldogs on that one. They seemed to look like they had something going and were starting to put a drive together.
So, 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles and in Gunnison territory at the 40-yard line, and the quarterback's going to get clobbered, and the ball's fumbled, and it's loose on the ground, and we have a big battle for it.
I believe it was recovered by Millard. Walker Swallow was tall enough to reach out and get it. Walker, you're going to the wrong huddle, though, buddy. You got to go back the other way. That's
You're blue, they're white.
That's Gunnison's.
I'm not sure that was a fumble on the replay. It looks like he was down, but I don't think they get to watch the replay like we do. So his knee was down when the ball came out.
A great defensive play, though, by the Gunnison Bulldogs.
Was.
They seem to be waking up a little bit, which would be great.
Yeah.
Halftime, if they could make something happen here, get a stop, get a touchdown, get back into this thing emotionally.
So 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback, and he's going to get knocked backwards as he tries to run the option. It takes too long to develop. They penetrated, knock him for a big loss.
No, the defensive front, including Cox, the defensive front right now, pinning their ears back and just coming at them, and they're overwhelming the Millard linemen and just doing what they want. Number 5 and number 2, Cox and Sorensen there, and the big defensive linemen stripping all the blocking away and allowing those 2 to do the dirty work.
Well, Millard's in reverse. They had 1st and 10 on the 39, and now they got 3rd and about 25 back on the other side of the midfield at the 45. So they're going the wrong direction. Give credit to the Gunnison Bulldogs. Quarterback drops back to throw the football, sprints out to his left, throws the ball downfield. Oh, should have been intercepted. Quarterback number 17 would be Whitney. Should have had that.
Well played by Hunter Whitney as he read that all the way, made a nice break on it, and just went through his hands.
He broke on that right in front of Alcala, and boy, he was off to the races if he'd have kept a hold of it.
He did have a couple of blockers ahead of him. That could have been the touchdown that they've been looking for. But this is a great defensive stand by the Gunnison Bulldogs when all seems so bleak for them. This is a great defensive stand for them.
All of a sudden, the old mall shifted, hadn't it?
It really has.
So we have a punting formation. It'll be Miller's first punt of the night. Nice punt, high and deep. It's going to go down inside the 10 and down inside the 5 and be down to about the 4-yard line.
A great efficiency by Paco Alcala on that one.
So Gunnison will take over at their own 4-yard line. Woo. Not fun.
So once again, they start with poor field condition. Gunnison does. They haven't had the benefit of very much field position in this game.
But they're doing something that they hadn't done the first quarter and a half, and they're throwing that short pass pretty successfully, and they're willing to throw that 5-yard thing and just go 5 yards at a time. They can go the length of the field with that, it appears to me.
Something's happened. They've woke up.
Yeah.
Both offensively and defensively last time. They've woken up.
So we have the motion by Gunnison to put 3 receivers on the their right side, and the ball's thrown across the middle of the single receiver. Miller's going to call for pass interference.
Well, Skylar Cranny tried to play the ball, but unfortunately he went through the man.
You know, sometimes the man gets in the way.
Yeah, he was trying to knife in front of him and he just hit him and knocked him loose. It would have been legal if he had caught the ball. This will get Gunnison out of the hole.
Yep. So they're out of that 4-yard line situation with the penalty and an automatic first down in high school. So ball's being spotted on about 19, looks like. So it's a 15-yard penalty. First automatic first down, and away the Bulldogs go. Now maybe they can start doing what they've been doing at the end of that last period, throwing that ball in that quick. Those 4 wide receivers are way out there. You got Millard on an island. Going to look left, throws it left, and caught, and it's going to be at least a first down and more as is picked up by number 23 out in the flat. That would be Lane Jensen.
Again, doing a nice job. They just hit the little out, and he gets another 5 or 6 yards on it. They're getting the ball out before the defensive line and the linebackers, the blitzing, can get to the quarterback. That's the way to do it.
Well, they throw it fast enough, it's going to be hard to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's back in that shotgun. He just takes about 1 count, 2 counts, and he's got rid of the football.
Get it out quick and let the receivers do some work.
So they're doing some good things now against the Millard Eagles. Whitney again at quarterback. Drops back, 1, 2, 3, throws the ball, and he was hit that time as he released it. He didn't knock down, but he was hit.
But again, him and his quarterback, and that's his receiver, Reese Reynolds, they are not on the same page. As Reese Reynolds kind of checks up, well, he had some contact, but he checks up and the ball goes incomplete.
As he stepped up to throw that, he got bumped by a Millard player who was right in his face, so he couldn't get the pizzazz on it he wanted. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Whitney again at quarterback. Drops back. And again, he's hit as he throws the football. He lobs it up, and I think it's caught by number 23, which would be Jensen, down across midfield at the 42 or 43-yard line. It is.
This is more what we expected right here
Exactly.
with their passing attack against the defensive secondary of the Millard Eagles. This is more what we thought might happen, as we talked about in the pregame, that they would be able to complete some passes and make some things happen. And they, I can't say, I'll say defensively, they were really animated last time.
Yeah.
Offensively, they've got it going.
Yeah, they're all of a sudden awakened. So here's quarterback again. Going to throw it left again. They've got something going out there, and it's caught again by Jensen.
Well, they're running the double receivers, and they're and
incomplete. Calling it incomplete.
Okay, but what they're doing is that the outside receivers going deep, and the defensive secondary that's trying to cover the inside receivers too far off. And it's giving them that 5-yard out that's right there, easily there. It's just pitch and catch.
I watched that on the replay. I kind of wonder if he didn't catch that. Official said he didn't, but he had it in his hands when he went out of bounds.
Call the replay. Is that one reviewable?
No.
Ah.
And again, throws the football high and deep, and Alcala's right there with.
Well, Alcala comes over from the secondary,
Reynolds.
from the deep safety position.
Throws the football, he throws it out there, just a yard or two long. Millard, you know, they want pass rush, but he's throwing it pretty fast. It's hard to get much rush. They're getting to him fairly rapidly, but it's just 1,000 throw.
Yeah.
Quarterback again. He drops back. He's got the extra block in the middle. Throws the ball out in the flat. Going to be completed again. And that's going to be number 35. That would be Zach Christensen, and he's one of their main receivers. And all of a sudden, Gunnison is moving the football easily against the Millard Eagles.
Well, that little, again, the same thing, that little 8 or 10 yard hitch, little out.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs as they move inside the 30-yard line at the 28-yard line. Millard leading 29-0. Millard's ahead 29-0. Quarterback drops back. He's going to be bumped as he throws it, but he's going to be caught for a TD as Reynolds is behind everybody, and that was a strike.
That was a nice throw right there. Again, under pressure. Whitney throws that out there perfectly on the hands. That's what we've been talking about. If he'll get it out there to his receiver. And out behind everybody, just out where nobody but the receiver can catch it. And a nice job on the receiving end, Reese Reynolds.
So Reynolds.
Gunnison looks much better, much better.
Where's this team been?
Yeah. Well, that first touchdown took him away.
The
one that got called back, it took all the air out of him, and they finally come back to life.
So it's 29-6 with 3:16 remaining in the half. Gunnison has...
Well, they got a few extra players on the field. They can only have 11, I think.
Yeah, looks like they got about 30 out there blocking.
They had 14 linemen on one side of the ball, so...
And number 5 gets to come off.
Reynolds was hoping to catch another one. Sneak me out in the flat, Coach. I can be open.
And did they get a 5-yard penalty?
Yeah, it's just 5 yards. Illegal participation.
So we line up again. And a PAT's no good.
Whoa.
That was kind of a curveball left.
Ooh.
So with the score 29-6, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Can-Am ATVs and side-by-side vehicles are all built with the same DNA. Industry-leading performance, precision-engineered handling, and rider-focused design. It's the Can-Am Ready Set Summer Sales Event. For a limited time, save up to $2,000 on your Can-Am off-road vehicle and get a 2-year extended warranty. Get ready to ride with a new Can-Am off-road vehicle at Gunnison Implement in Gunnison. Can-Am, the ride says it all. Offer ends soon. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. See your dealer for details. For safety and training info, contact the ATV Safety Institute.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Welcome back. 29-6. Gunnison's kind of trying to claw back into this a little bit as they kick off, and they kick an onside kick. Millard to recover it right at 50-yard line. They're going to try to get a little blood. 63 for the Millard Eagles, and we'll see if we got a name for that number with these new uniforms.
Oyos, I believe.
Sebastian Garcia by my program.
Okay, well, we'll take that.
But I don't know. You say.
Lucky in that as he kicked that ball, and I'm not sure if it was an onside kick on purpose or not, but as he kicks that ball, the front of Millard takes off backwards to block, and the one who recovered the ball, Sebastian Garcia, was the only one that saw it and stayed home, and it came right to him.
So Millard hands the ball up the middle, have a nice hole in the middle, and cutting to the outside's Alcala, but he just should have run downfield. He just ran sideways and only ended up with a 5 or 6 yard gain.
And there's a penalty flag in the middle for holding.
Oh, well, then forget that run. Maybe that's why you're so wide open, huh?
Well, it was a heck of a move by Alcala when you see that move to the outside. I mean, he froze some people. Unfortunately, there were too many people out there when he got there.
So it'll be 1st and
15.
15 as they're marking that off from 5 yards downfield, maybe 4 yards. So 16, yep. So 1st and 16, and Millard's in reverse right now.
Both the last 2 times they've had the ball, it's all been bad news.
Yep. They got 2 wide receivers. Full house backfield. Quarterback's under center. Maybe we're going back to the running game, you think? Motion to the left-hand side. Quarterback throws a screen over the middle, and it's going to be completed to number 22 for a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain.
Had a Rubalcaba, and he made a nice catch, but he about had to dive for it. Yep. No chance to run it. But, again, the reason he had that happen, the pressure on the quarterback, Skylar Cranny, he was getting nailed as he let that ball go. And so all the things that Millard was doing to Gunnison has just reversed now, and Gunnison's putting the pressure on.
So second down, we'll call it 11 yards to go for the Millard Eagles with 2:19 remaining in the half. And they run a quick dive up the middle. Nice hole. Cutting the outside is Paco Alcala. He makes a cut on the inside, and he's going to get behind everybody at the 10, inside the 5. He couldn't quite keep his feet to get into the end zone.
Yeah, the last stiff arm he made kind of knocked him off balance. But he made that nice, great move up in the pack again, bounced to the outside. But this time he bounced back to the inside. After that move to the outside to get around one, then he bounces back inside where he's got some blocking help.
Yep, and he made 2 nice moves to just lose 3 tacklers.
And then this one, he needs to run to the corner, not straight down the field, because the young man's got an angle on him. He needs to get to the corner.
He just tripped him up. He really didn't make the tackle. He fell down. The ground caused the fumble at the end, but Miller's got the ball, 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Motion to the right-hand side, and they run to the play to the right-hand side, and going into the end zone will be number 13 for the Millard Eagles, and that would be Bartholomew. So a 3-yard TD run.
So just when it looked like things were getting really good for the Gunnison Bulldogs, you know, boom, one big play, and takes it all out, starch all out of them again.
So 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the second period of play. Millard now 35, Gunnison 6, and the PAT to be attempted. There is the kick, and it is up, and it is good. So 36-6 is the score. We'll go back to studio for a 1-minute timeout.
This is Darren Dyring, branch manager at Cache Valley Bank. Agriculture is an important part of our community. Many residents don't realize that Cache Valley Bank offers agricultural loans for land, equipment, irrigation improvements, trailers, crops, and livestock. We can offer FSA government-guaranteed loans to help start or expand your farm. Come by and see us at any of our locations. Cache Valley Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Welcome back. Ready for the kickoff. Millard leading 36-6 with 1:50 remaining in this first half of play. Long kick by Alcala is going to be caught at about the goal line again. And coming out will be Jensen again, and he's going to get down with a penalty flag somewhere near the 18, 17-yard line, but that's going to go backwards usually.
Well, you'd think that, unless it's a face mask against the Millard Eagles.
So Jensen, he likes to run these back. He's kind of excited to get a chance at those. I didn't see the block. I don't see what it was.
Block in the back.
You see it?
Well, no, that's what the official called.
Oh, you're watching out there. I was watching the replay. I couldn't even see the block. So.
Well, yeah. My eyes are better than yours.
Oh, well, that's not saying anything. That's the blind leading the blind, isn't it?
When you see the official make the call, it's really easy to see the play.
There you go. Block in the back, so they're going to go back to the 10-yard line, the 9-yard line. So they'll take over.
Okay, well, the last time they had it on the 4-yard line and made a touchdown out of it.
Exactly.
So maybe they like the challenge.
So quarterback again throws the ball out in the flat. The receiver cuts inside, so that's going to go incomplete.
Yeah, the receiver goes inside. The quarterback throws outside.
There was some kind of miscommunication there by somebody. So it'll be second down and 10 yards to go from the 9-yard line for the Gunnison Bulldogs. Millard leading 36-6 with 1:38 remaining in the second period of play. Gunnison showed some little life on their last drive. Let's see if they can keep that going a little bit. Run the ball up the middle. Nice hole up the middle, and Cox breaks the tackle. He's going to get a first down as he crosses the 30 to about almost the 35, maybe across that.
Ooh. Millard expecting a pass there, and Cox come rumbling up the middle. He laid the wood on a couple of players.
So it'll be a first down for Gunnison as they've got out of the shadow of their end zone there. And we have 1:29 remaining in the half. Again, Cox, quarterback Whitney throws the ball out in the flat. It's going to be incomplete as it went out of the hands of the receiver. He hit him, but it was a good throw, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
It looked like Skylar Cranny hit him just as the ball was getting there and jarring it loose.
So it'll bring second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball's being spotted at the 26-yard line, we'll call it. Second and 10. Whitney, quarterback. Cox at the running back behind him. 4 wide receivers. 2 on each side of the field. Throw the ball over the middle. Incomplete. Penalty flag.
Well, that was fortunate for Gunnison, unfortunate for Millard. The defender did not know where the ball was.
No, he didn't. He threw it over the middle, and Millard must have made some contact or something.
Well,
I didn't see that.
He had an arm out
Did he?
into the stomach of the receiver, but had no clue where the ball was at. I think that's what, if you make that contact play in the ball, I think maybe you get away with it. But when it was obvious he had no idea and was just hitting the receiver, that's a penalty.
So it'll be pass interference against the Millard Eagles, a 15-yarder and for automatic first down. And Gunnison is now with a minute 17 at the 41-yard line on their own side of the field. So the quarterback again drops back 3 steps, and he gets swamped, runs past his own player. Somebody got his feet as he ran by him.
Well, it was an all-out blitz, and he beat the first wave and then was nailed by Hedda Rubalcaba, I believe is who got him.
Yep. He got by everybody, and Rubalcaba was just a little behind everybody. Saw him come out of the pack, dove down and grabbed his leg.
And had he not, he would have rambled for quite a bit of distance.
He would have.
You got a timeout.
So we have a timeout on the field with the score 36-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You've heard for years that Gunnison Market is your hometown grocer. Now Gunnison Market offers you a hometown pharmacist. Come experience friendly hometown service from Sean Sorensen at Gunnison Market Pharmacy. Sean grew up in Gunnison and offers competitive prices, expert advice, and convenient hours, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Explore the loyalty card benefits, which gives you a free gift card for every 10 prescriptions filled. Call 528-7555 or visit Gunnison Market Pharmacy.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger with smoked brisket, mesquite barbecue sauce, and jalapeno straws. New at Carl's Jr.
Welcome back. Quarterback drops back, throws the ball long and deep over the middle, jumping up in the air and catching the ball for Gunnison at the 40-yard line. And Gunnison's on the move with 1 minute to go. They have to stop the clock to reset the chains, and Gunnison's moving.
Lane Jensen on that reception. Nice job because he's being defended hard.
So the ball out in the flat. They had 2 receivers on it, and neither one of them could quite get it. It was a little low and wide.
Threw it in front of one and behind the other.
So kind of couldn't pick out which one you really wanted, could he? Yep.
Well, they've normally been breaking that inside receiver to the outside and making that, but this time they both ran to the same area. And you wonder if one of them didn't make a mistake there because you don't usually want to put 2 receivers that close to each other.
So it'll be second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 52 seconds remaining, and Gunnison is on the move inside Millard territory at the 40-yard line. Quarterback drops back. He's in trouble. He's going down. Well, loss of 5 or 6.
And that's the difference when they make him take a little time.
Yes.
He's got to get it out quick. That time there was better defense in the secondary. Neither one of these quarterbacks has been able to take that much time.
So bring up third. We'll call it 17 to go, maybe 16. Quarterback drops back to throw, and he's Just has to throw it quick. It's intercepted on the sidelines, and going to the races for the Millard Eagles will be number 33. He's going the distance. If there's no penalties, this will be a score.
That's Wardle again. He did the same thing last week at Summit Academy, but laid back, and when a team's in an all-out passing game, you can lay back and sit and wait for that. And that's too far to throw. He read it well, stepped up, and took it.
So a 60-yard TD, pick 6 by Wardle. Boy, he saw that coming, didn't he?
Yeah, he set back on that nicely. He set down back in his defensive secondary position and waited for that one.
So in the second period with 16 seconds to go, Millard is now 42. Gunnison is 6. And Gunnison has found something they can move the ball over Millard with, but they kind of make a little boo-boo and shoot themselves a bit in that one.
It takes a lot of patience. You got to stick with that a long time to go that far at 5 yards a catch or a run. Takes a lot of patience, and a lot of things can happen that can go wrong. You have to stay precise with it.
PAT is good. We'll go back to the studio for another 1 minute timeout.
Attention all farmers. Hermanson's Mill in Gunnison is having a fertilizer meeting that you won't want to miss out on. One of Simplot's head agronomists is coming down to help you increase your yields in alfalfa, corn, small grains, and any other crop you grow. Hermanson's Mill is getting a new state-of-the-art fertilizer blender and will be able to custom blend you any fertilizer combination you need. The meeting will be at the Gunnison City Hall on Thursday, October 16th at 8:30 a.m. After the meeting, lunch will be served. This is one meeting you won't want to miss out on. Please RSVP to Hermanson's Mill at 528-3136.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Welcome back with the score. Millard 43, Gunnison 6. There's 16 seconds remaining in this first half of play, and Millard will be kicking off.
This is the time you may not want to kick it in the end zone. Kick it deep and cover it, and make him run it and cover it. You could run out the quarter.
So Paco Alcala approaches the ball, kicks a low line drive. It's going to hit at about the 10, and it's going to bounce back into the end zone, and that will end that. So Gunnison with 16 seconds will have to go from their own 20-yard line.
Not his best kick, but coming that hard, one skip and it's into the end zone.
Yeah, if you don't get field that up there at the 10-yard line, and it was a low screamer. So, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, but there's only 16 seconds remaining in the half. So this will be hard to chip away, and Miller's been able to put enough pressure on the quarterback. He hasn't had time to drop back and throw a deep one, so might be a little bit of a problem. Throws it quickly out in the flat. They got the post, and he was wide open and started to run for Orlando Jensen, and he let it go through his hands. He had a big gain going.
Oh, yeah, and in fact, he catches that and splits the two safeties, He could have gone an awful long way.
Yeah, he could. He made.
Oh, my. Too bad. I think he was hearing footsteps, as they say.
He was definitely looking downfield when he was getting the ball into his hands. I could see it on the replay. His vision was downfield. He just took his eyes off of it.
It was downfield for glory or downfield for the defenders.
He didn't know which. I think he was just seeing what was there. Then when he looked up and he saw how open he was, he's like, oh. So the quarterback again drops back, throws a bomb down the sidelines, and it's going to be caught, it looks like, down at the 42-yard line with 2 seconds to go. Still, they're 58 yards away from pay dirt.
Can't get it. Is that number 35 on the reception there?
That would be Zach
Christensen.
Yeah.
Quarterback likes to throw that direction. If you've noticed, most of his passes are that direction.
He throws left,
whether
3/4 the time.
because of he's left-handed or because that's where these good receivers are. That's where he wants to throw the ball.
And so we have 2 wide receivers on both sides of the field again. And they fake it inside, run a reverse pass, back to the quarterback for the double pass again. That's what they. And it's going to. Oh my gosh! There was a wreck. This time,
yeah, they
Jensen. Jensen got clobbered.
They weren't fooled that time, and Pakawalkala read it right and hit him hard. I mean hard as the ball got there. Legal.
It was legal, but
and
boy,
physical.
he uncoupled him.
Yeah, legal and physical. They weren't going to get beat deep. You could see that time. They weren't going to get beat deep this time again.
So at halftime, the score, the Millard Eagles 43, the Gunnison Bulldogs 6. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Visit the new copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison for a variety of services, including color copies, scrapbooking supplies, photo prints, wire binding, 27-inch lamination, blueprint copies, vinyl lettering, booklet making, and they have Kodak picture makers as well as Pebbles albums and page kits. Visit the copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison, open weekdays 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. And for sound advice on insurance choices, call Donaldson Insurance in Gunnison, toll-free 800-978-2121.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year. Serving the Gunnison Valley for over 100 years, the Gunnison Telephone Company has seen amazing changes in the telephone business over the past century, from the crane telephone of the past to convenient cordless phones, call waiting, call forwarding, and lightning-fast internet service. The Gunnison Telephone Company continues to serve the telephone and internet needs of the communities in the beautiful Gunnison Valley.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Welcome back. Kerry Watson along with Dennis Aldridge here. Halftime, the Millard Eagles leading 43-6. This halftime show is brought to you by Southern Utah University, where you get involved in your education and experience more. You can find them on the internet at suu.edu. Millard High School bands are marching at halftime, and that's a good thing for them. Kind of an interesting game. There's two Gunnison teams out there, and I don't know when the one's going to appear or the other one's going to appear. They get the big play. It's called back. The wind goes other sails. Millard makes a couple nice drives. They just, like, Millard's going to do anything they want to do. And then all of a sudden, Gunnison says, that's enough. They start all of a sudden just controlling up front, knocking the heck out of Millard, driving them backwards, throwing passes, getting a touchdown. Looks like, man, where's this team been? And then, unfortunately for Gunnison, they're on another drive and throw a pick six, so.
But they were moving the ball well. But
exactly.
I think with teams that, that have suffered some losses and, they suffer hard with the emotional changes. And they're having a hard time sustaining the emotion. Because when they are into the game physically and emotionally, emotionally making them physically into the game, they're a very good football team.
Right.
But they can't sustain that over a long period of time. And any kind of difficulty, disappointment, downturn seems to just take them right out of it for quite a while. And then they finally get back in, and then another downturn that they just have a hard time fighting through the adversity, it seems. But they show some ability, some nice ability out there if they could just sustain it and keep it going.
You know, the little short passes have really driven Millard crazy. And if you're willing to take 5 or 6 or 7 a pass at a time, go the length of the field, score, you're in a real hole now. But I still think that's a good game plan for them and what they've shown.
Yeah, and when they run that little out with the inside receiver in the slot doing the out and the outside receiver doing the deep pattern, they're dragging the defense right out of there, and they're trying to cover the inside with either a deep safety rotating up or a linebacker rotating out, and they can't get there in time, and that receiver's getting the ball. And again, if they'll keep the emotion and stay consistent with that, and then if Miller starts to cheat up on that outside, then you got that deep ball.
Right.
And they've done a good job on the left side. They have not done a good job on the right side.
Well, the quarterback likes one side of the field over the other. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but if they'll keep that up, like you said, they've got a chance to move the ball well against the Millard secondary.
Okay.
But they can't take time. It has to be quick.
Yeah, Millard is in their backfield quickly, so he has to take the 3-step drop, and it's gone, or he's in trouble. We'll go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the SUU halftime show.
You want a quality education? How's this? All of SUU's nursing graduates passed their licensing exam on the first try in May of 2010. 100% of our students, not most of them, all small classes, caring faculty, the best facilities. That equals quality. Again, in May of 2011, 100% of our students passed the test. That's quality. You expect it, SUU delivers it.
Lazy D Pond now offers water transfer printing for your guns, and they have hundreds of patterns to choose from. Water transfer printing is more durable than paint and decals and is made to survive in harsh conditions. Bring your guns to Lazy D Pond and pick your pattern, from camo to skulls to just about anything. Lazy D Pond can also print ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. Water transfer printing now at Lazy D Pond, 420 South Main in Centerfield.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
Basketball season is officially upon us, and once again the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs are heating up the court. And this year, Gunnison Valley Hospital is pleased to bring the game straight to your radio. Gunnison Valley Hospital has been serving the local community for more than 75 years. Whether you need a routine checkup or are seeking a specialist, Gunnison Valley Hospital can get you the care you deserve right here in Gunnison. Cutting-edge technology, hometown convenience. That's the Gunnison Valley Hospital.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Welcome back. Kerry Watson and Dennis Aldridge. Halftime here in Fillmore, Utah is brought to you by Southern Utah University, where you get involved in your education and experience more. From a freshman to a graduate, a student and a SUU education is designed to help you experience what you need to get. So if you want to know more, go to SUU.edu, and they'll be glad to give you information there, and you can get down there and get a great education. gets a good start on your life. Gunnison Bulldogs, really in the first half, the first three times they punt. The third one was blocked. Millard gets the ball at the 5-yard line. Then they have 2 more punts and a fumble. So their first 6 possessions were 5 punts and a fumble. And then Millard, they take the first 2 possessions. They march from about their own 49, get touched down by Brunson on a 1-yard run. Then they get the ball at their own at Gunnison 48, followed by a 7-yard run by Ruvalcaba. This is still in the first period. And then Millard gets the ball on the 5-yard line. You think, well, there's another touchdown easy, and they throw an interception, so nothing happens there. Then the next time Millard gets the ball, the 37-yard run by Brunson, and Millard's had, with 3:08 remaining in the first period, 21-0. On the next possession, Millard gets down in the field goal range and tries field goal, gets it blocked. And then Gunnison has to punt it back after there's held. Millard takes the ball and scores again. So with 8:53 remaining in the second period of play, Millard is ahead 29-0 following a 2-point conversion pass to Myers. And then Millard has to punt the ball for the first time, and they punt it down to the 4-yard line. You think, well, that's pretty safe. And doggone if the Bulldogs don't just take the ball from their own 4-yard line and march down the length of the field and score and make it 29-6 with 3:13 remaining in the second period of play. Millard then takes the football and answers back with 1:50 to go. They punch it in on a 3-yard run by Bartholomew, and they're ahead 36-6. Then Gunnison starts to put another good drive together, and they're marching down the field with time running out. Throw one out in the flat, and it's overthrown, and Wardle just says thank you and takes the ball back 60 yards for a TD, and it made the score 43-6 at halftime. So kind of an interesting game, but I still think, not that Gunnison can win this being down that far, but Gunnison could do some things that are interesting.
I stick by what we said before, that if Gunnison will stay consistent and emotionally up, they can play with Millard.
Yeah.
And they can play with the other teams that Millard's played with.
Exactly.
But they've got to stay up, because it wasn't just an offensive switch on them. Defensively, they became animals.
Yeah, they did.
And for 2 drives, well, one drive and then the better part of one drive until all of a sudden it caved in on them again. They just completely knocked Millard around.
They did.
Every play Millard ran was a negative. And then all of a sudden, Millard gets a good play, a big play, and Gunnison disappears again.
Yeah.
And they go down and score.
So just they're an interesting team, and if they get that figured out, they could create some havoc for some people before they're done. So it's kind of interesting. But like you say, I watched the linemen in that period of time when all of a sudden they just became dominant. They were just firing through the line, just low and hard and coming tough, and it's like, whoa, where have they been?
Run or pass, they were making penetration and knocking the play down in the backfield, whether it was a run or a pass. They were getting through the line so quickly that the running backs and the quarterback had no time to make anything happen of quality, and they were knocking it down.
It's kind of been interesting to me offensively for the Millard Eagles. It seems like when they get into that full house backfield, they want to throw it more than run it, which is just the opposite of what they've done in years past.
Well, but that's a good change, though. You've mentioned it on air a couple of times. That's a good change. They've got to keep that going. They can't be so predictable.
Right.
And so far this year, they have not been predictable.
And that's a positive, because they're a lot harder to beat if you don't know where they're going to go.
Yes.
It's a positive thing. So they need to continue that. And I think Cranny's thrown the ball well, but all of a sudden Gunnison's put the heat on him, and he hasn't had the time to step back there and find his receivers. So.
Yeah, when they're into the game. And back to the full house backfield and the inverted bone, they've got to make sure that typically thinking when they spread it, you think they're going to pass. When they go full house, they're going to run. And keeping that so it's not predictable, and passing out of the full house, throwing out of running out of the split backs, that needs to continue. I think they've done a nice job of mixing things up for most of this year. Only game I think that you could say otherwise was maybe the North Summit game.
Yeah.
Because even in the Summit Academy game that they won, they mixed it up well. They pushed the ball down the field. They made good yardage. It was just some unfortunate things that took place and not keeping things clean.
Right.
Penalties were a big thing up there.
Exactly. Well, we'll go back to the studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the SUU halftime show.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Are you ready for a weekend away? Jorgensen's Honda is the place to start. They carry a full line of RVs to make that trip a lasting memory. With models like Yellowstone, Conquest, Amerilite, and Canyon Trail, you can find the perfect fit. For great fun and comfort, check out the full line of RVs at Jorgensen's Honda. Dennis or Mike can help you out. Stop by today at 980 South Coveview Road in Richfield, or give them a call at 435-896-6408.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
Welcome back. Gunnison's coming back on the field. Millard leading here at halftime by a score of 43-6, and it'll be interesting to kind of been interesting to be a fly on the wall in those locker rooms.
Well, yeah, I think if you're Millard, I think those coaches are saying now, let's not let up. Let's not let up and let the team back into it. Let's stay sharp. From Gunnison's point of view, it's, let's go out and work on the little things. Not try to make a home run pitch in the first time. Work on little things, the 5-yard plays, the 10-yard plays, and work down and get a touchdown. See what happens. Stop them defensively. See if we can get 3 or 4 touchdowns in this second half. But not to figure you can win the game on one play, because that ain't going to happen.
Well, and I think if you realize what you were successful at, and that was throwing those short routes and moving the ball with those short routes quickly, you can move down the field and get some touchdowns and do some things. It takes a little more time, but if you try to take more time, Millard seemed like they were in the backfield too much. It was creating many problems for them. So,
well, a team, panic. A team this down, either you lose complete. I mean, you totally shut down.
Yeah.
Or you come out and work on little things with the realization we may not win the game,
but we're going to get better.
But let's work on what's working for us and let's perfect what we're doing. We'll get a few more touchdowns. Maybe something big happens and you get a chance to get back into it completely. But work on the little things for the next game and try to improve and get better and not just, get worse. Other side of that is you worry that they will shut down completely.
Well, what is Millard probably going to try to do to stop that short passing game? Or are they going to just let them chip away and figure that it's going to take enough time we're going to win it?
Yeah, from their point of view, it's like, okay, they scored 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So, again, it's the consistency of Gunnison. We're willing to let them get that 5-yard pass and see how long they can be consistent with it.
Right.
And see if they've got the patience to work the length of the field. Now, they did it one time, aided by a penalty, but they did it one time. Are they going to have the patience to continue doing that?
Yeah, you're probably if you can force them to, if you don't score, you weren't going to win the game. So
Millard will play the prevent defense and let them catch it for 5 and knock them down and see if they can sustain it over an 80-yard field.
This halftime show is brought to you by Southern Utah University. Experience more learning, growing, maturing, hiking, dancing, and living. You'll experience more at Southern Utah University on the internet at suu.edu. We're about 15 seconds away from the clock run. I don't know if they have to reset the time for stretching, but they've been out a while, so
they've already done it.
So we're probably about ready to start the second half of play, which is good. It's been a long game because of all the scoring and the passing and the clock stopping, but now we have a mercy rule if Millard can maintain is it 35-point lead?
No, it's 35, but in order for it to change, you got to get back to 21, I believe. So even if they scored a touchdown, you're still in the mercy rule until you get within 21 points.
Which means the clock runs except for timeouts.
That's about it. Scoring.
And scoring.
They will stop it occasionally, but they'll wind it immediately, even in dead ball situations, even out of bounds. They may stop it to set the ball, but they'll start it right back up again.
So maybe we'll gain some time on this second half, but we certainly are.
As long as the first half took, the second half may.
To be honest with you, normally a high school game's an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. We're an hour and 40, almost an hour and 50 into this, and we're just starting the second half. So.
Well, that much passing, that much scoring, that many penalties, it slows things down.
Yeah, no question. So if you're just joining us, the Millard Eagles are leading 43-6, and we're ready for the kickoff the second half. Millard will receive the football. Gunnison will be kicking off. Kicking off for the Bulldogs will be number 6, which will be Chad Ellett.
We'll be able to find out if that previous onside kick was a mistake or on purpose.
Yeah. I do believe that was on purpose before. He approaches the ball, and he's kicking another low little squibber. Millard touches the football and has to fall back on the 25-yard line down, so Millard will take over on their own 25. First and 10.
Still not sure whether that's on purpose or the only way he can kick it. Not sure yet.
He just kicks kind of a low squibber, doesn't he?
And the extra point that he attempted was
a low squibber.
Somewhat the same, yeah. So
no doubt about that.
He's not getting under the ball.
So
Millard already running some younger kids in there, it looks like. Now we're really going to have trouble with the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Because the older kids, we kind of know the way they move. We can tell who they are. But now with some of these younger kids in there, in fact, it looks like the whole JV squad to start this second half on offense.
So Millard has the motion to the right-hand side. The quarterback comes out to the right, runs the option, goes through the hands of the man. It's going to be loose on the field, and Gunnison's going to get this as there's 5 Gunnison players and no Millard players on the ball.
That was the one varsity player, was Brunson, the tailback, and that ball hit him kind of in the head. And bounced off, comes down. Gunnison gets the these are the things we talked about. If something strange happens and they start scoring quickly, they can get back into this game.
So Gunnison will take over in Millard territory at the 19-yard line. So it'll be 10 for the Bulldogs deep in Millard territory. Start this second half. If they get going, could be interesting.
Well, yeah, if they give them a quick score here, the whole complexity changes. We were talking about 5-yard penalties. Or penalty on that one.
Yeah,
but 5-yard passing play during the length of an 80-yard field. Now we're talking about giving them the ball on the 15-yard line where they can strike quick, and that changes the complexity of the ball game.
Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs. They donate 5 yards to the Eagles. So the ball's back to the 24-yard line now. First and 15. Quarterback goes to the sideline, gets the play. Comes back, so that will be Whitney. And he's Got the single set back. Cox in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers each side of the field. Calls for the shotgun snap. Sprints a little bit to his right. Finally takes off to his right. Looks like he's going to keep the ball. He's going to get a pretty good gain as he gets about 5 yards down the right-hand side. When he sees the Millard players come, he doesn't slide. He just kind of crunches down into a ball.
Yeah. It's a variation on a slide, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't want to take this direct hit, but I don't want to go down either, you know. So here he goes, and there's his. You know, he's really vulnerable the way he takes that, because he kind of just.
It's worrisome because it seems like when a kid kind of crumbles up like that, you get hurt.
Exactly. That's scary for me to see him do that. They hand the ball up the middle, and Cox has a small hole, and he picks up maybe 4 or 5 as he rumbles up the center. Going to bring up 3rd down. Let's see where they spot it. Tell the distance.
Looks like about 7 yards.
3rd and 7, we'll call it. They have to get down inside the 10, somewhere around the 9-yard line or 8-yard line to get a first down, it looks like.
And, you know, Millard can survive this. The worry was a quick strike to the end zone for a touchdown, but if they're going to take this much time, you know, you can survive this.
Quarterback drops back to throw, throws the ball out in the flat. It's going to be completed at the 10-yard line, and he battles down to the 9. It's close to a first down.
This will depend on the mark here. It's going to be awful close.
They're signaling 4th down, so it's going to be 4th and short.
They put it back on the other side of the 10, so that will bring up a 4th down and 1.
Be interesting what they do.
Well, they're going to go for it here. You know,
yeah, but I just wondered if they was going to throw or pass. I mean, there's no question they got to go for it when you're down 43-6.
Give it to Cox.
Yep, give it to Cox up the middle and see if he can't get 1 yard. Of course, that's what Millard's expecting, and they've been able to throw and complete really fairly well. So, you know, might be just a easy 3 or 4 yard gain off a pass. And he does sprint out, and he's going to be dropped for loss.
Interesting.
Turn the ball over on downs. Oh.
And he tried to roll into the short side of the field there and throw to his receiver again on the left-hand side, but he's coming into the short side where there's not much chance for those receivers to get out. And in fact, the receivers from the replay looks like they were blocking for maybe a bootleg, that wasn't supposed to be a pass play.
Maybe he's
more
supposed
of
to
a
run
running
it.
play. Yeah. So again, I think I go to Cox up the middle, but I come from a running backfield, not a passing backfield. Background, I should say.
There we go. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles as they hold on downs. They'll take over on their own, 20? No.
Now they got a mishmash of varsity and JV players in there. Well, looks like they've gone back varsity.
Take over on their own 17-yard line. Millard takes the football, hands a dive up the middle. Nice hole up the middle, and rambling forward is number 13, Bartholomew, and he picks up close to a first down.
They do have some of the other players in the game, but mostly the varsity now. Holding against the Millard Eagles.
Oh, well, forget that then. So they're going to go 10 yards back. Somebody went out there and decided it was easier to hold them than block them.
I thought maybe they were going to get the offside penalty because the middle linebacker for Gunnison jumped right up in there. Looked like he was going to be offsides, but they must have had to hold him. That's why the hole opened up.
And the middle linebacker's Cox, I think, usually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Millard's back. It's at their 9-yard line where it'll be 1st and 17 yards to go. And a motion goes to the left-hand side. Quarterback pitches it left. And getting to the corner, but not getting too far down the field, will be number 13,
Another
Bartholomew.
penalty flag. Another penalty flag on the outside, way out there on the sideline. So whatever happened out there.
This could be half the distance to the goal for the Eagles if it's another bad block.
Or a defensive penalty.
Yeah.
It came out late after the hit was made on the sideline.
So it might be a face mask even then.
Personal foul.
Hitting to the head against the Eagles.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be half the distance to the goal, and it'll be 1st and a whole bunch more. And Millard's in reverse again.
Yeah.
But But this is more their own problem than Gunnison.
Well, this is reminiscent of the last 2.5, just penalty after penalty and personal foul penalties and stuff like that they've had cleaned up so far in this game, but now it's coming back to get them. Okay.
So now we've got motion.
Well, we only had 3 people in motion for the Millard Eagles. That's all, just 3. Isn't that legal? Isn't this Canadian football?
No.
Oh.
It was for us for about a minute, but the officials didn't. 10 seconds, the officials said you still can't play Canadian football here in Utah.
Canadian or arena football, one or the other.
That's kind of a fun game to watch.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, nothing like a challenge.
So, first and Millard deep inside their own 5-yard line now. And they fumble the ball, and Gunnison's going to recover it for a touchdown in the end zone.
Yep. Pitch back to the tailback on the sweep or the off tackle play. The C-gap play goes right out of the hands of the receiver. The running back drops in the end zone, and Gunnison's got 2 players. He wasn't going to gain a lot of yardage as it was, but the difference of that now is Millard gives him a touchdown, and puts him back closer to being in the ball game. Although all the penalties and things with the clock running, a lot of time went off the clock.
Yeah, we're down to 4:55 in this period of play, and it's.
But this is what you, as a coach, you didn't want to see: the sloppiness, the ineffectiveness, and again, the first series, you understand, they put the JVs in there against the number 1s from Gunnison.
Right.
But this drive, they had most of their varsity linemen and backs in the game, and still sloppy and terrible play. And as a coach, you don't want to see that.
So the PAT is good. He kicked this one up in the air, and it'll be 43-13 will be the score of 4:55 remaining in the third period of play. We'll be back in 1 minute.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Welcome back. We're here in Fillmore, Utah. Gunnison just put the first drive together. The second half puts points on the board, and it's 13-43 with 4:55 remaining in the third period of play. Another one of those little dribbling kicks that come up the middle, picked up at about the 25 by Millard, and run forward is Okala, and he crossed the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles.
Well, again, the coach wants to see some consistency here. He wants to see some sharpness here. That last drive possession for Millard was was terrible from the coaching standpoint. I mean, everything they could have done wrong, they did do wrong, and that you can't have that. They got to sharpen that up.
Well, you bring your JV out the first series, and everybody kind of relax, and then the most shifts, and then you're kind of fighting for your life.
But most of these are first-line players out there right now.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. They put a lot of the JVs back in there, looks like.
And they run a play up the middle, and they're battling like there's a fumble. I don't think so, but it's a 5-yard gain for Brunson. Derek Brunson.
I was thinking it was mostly varsity because you got Walker Swallow and a few of them in there on the offensive line. But you've got quarterback is Jesse Robinson. The running backs are the JV running backs, except for Brunson, who's still in there.
Yep.
But I think some of that is because of lack of depth in those positions for the Millard Eagles.
So full house backfield. Wide receivers to both sides of the field. Hand off the dive play. Going to get a first down. Right up the middle goes number 15 to the cross midfield and down to the 45.
I'll bet that's Hunter Anderson, number 45. I'll bet it's Hunter Anderson.
Okay, so 15 is probably Anderson.
It was 45 carrying, 45.
Oh, was it 45?
Hunter Anderson, yeah.
Okay. So Anderson carries the football for a first down for the Millard Eagles, and they're across midfield at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. 3:15, 3:14 clock just a running. They're still in the mercy rule even though they've scored because you said they had to get to 21 to stop the thing. So it's going rapidly right now. Is that an unbalance? No, it's not. Just too wide. And they run the counterplay back to the left, and it's not going for much, maybe a yard.
Andrew Richardson in the ball game now for Hedda Rubalcaba. Came in the last huddle, and he got to run that ball.
Gained a yard, we'll call it, so bring up 2nd down and 9. 2:39, 2:38 clocks of running. That's what Millard wants. Maybe Gunnison, too, at this point.
No, they're enthused after that last touchdown.
Yeah. They run a dive play up the middle, and the ball is about stripped away. She's still battling forward with the running back.
Andrew Richardson again just kept turning those feet and moving forward off that right-hand B gap.
So he picked up maybe 5 or 6 yards, but he had that ball down by his knees time he went down.
Yeah, he did.
So bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 4 yards to go. They have to get to the 35-yard line to get a first down, and they're on the 38-9. So, yeah, it'd be about 4. Full house backfield. Motion to the left. A quick dive up the middle, and it's going to be close to a first down. Well, if it is a first down, is it loose?
Ball squirts out, though. It's recovered down there by a big lineman for Gunnison. Number 75 recovers it. Jaden Lyon, as the ball squirted loose, and he pounced on it about the 25-yard line. Excuse me, the 30-yard line.
So
Millard Gunnison gets it back.
So Gunnison gets the ball back after Millard fumbles it, and they're get it at the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. .138, 137 remaining in the 3rd period of play. Motion to the right-hand side, so it makes triple receivers on the right-hand side. Quarterback throws to the single receiver on the left, and he was into triple coverage. Did he catch that? He might have caught that.
Wow,
that
what a diving catch. That was a great play by Reese Reynolds.
Yeah, but he had to stretch right out in the middle of 3
and it
Millard
looked
players.
Like the Millard player, the defender, the linebacker, had knocked that thing down.
Just didn't quite get to it. He just 1 inch from getting it, and he dove out there, and Reynolds caught that.
That's a great play.
1st and 10. For the Bulldogs. Motion again to the right-hand side. They like to throw that and then throw the single coverage back to the left. He sprints out right, throws the ball as he's hit down over the middle. It goes in the receiver's hands, but he can't hold it.
That was well enough thrown, though. He dropped it over the linebacker, hit the receiver. That should have been a catch.
Yep, he had it in his hands and couldn't hold on to it. That would have been Colton Holder, I think. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. And that's going to end out before they get this play off. I think we're going to end the 3rd period of play.
Yeah, they might get there.
7, 6, coming to the line of scrimmage. 5, 4, 3. Motion to the right-hand side. They did get it off. Hand up the middle. Nice big hole for Cox. He's finally taken down as he crosses midfield down to the 40-yard line inside the 40.
Just straight ahead. He looked like Zonka.
Yeah, he did.
If people can remember back that far.
Larry Zonka's away.
Rumbling up through the middle of that thing.
We're going to go back to studio for another 1-minute timeout.
Honesty, integrity, friendliness. These values have kept Gunnison Valley Bank in business since 1909. At Gunnison Valley Bank, you won't be treated like a number by some giant corporation. Instead, like a valued friend by people who live in the same community. Gunnison Valley Bank is locally owned and dedicated to serving all your financial needs. All deposits, FDIC insured.
Miller's Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller's Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Welcome back. Beginning of the fourth period of play. Millard leading 43-13. But that period, thank heaven, ran fast for the Millard Eagles as they had 3 fumbles. Didn't get any scores, and Gunnison was able to recover one of those fumbles for a touchdown. So that's how they got their scores here in the second half. Quarterback runs a counter back inside, and that's going as the Millard Eagles get that stopped. Like to bring that one wide receiver's kind of in a slot position back on the counter back inside.
They kind of faked the quick pitch around. The quarterback made a complete revolution in his technique, and then come back around to the little slot coming back underneath, and sniffed out by the middle linebacker Watcott of the Millard Eagles.
Second down, 11 yards to go. Motion to the right-hand side, so they form triples. The quarterback still wants to throw it left, throws it on high and deep. And Millard turns around and knocks it away that would be Cranny. As he just lobbed that up there, if he hadn't thrown it short, it might have been a little bit of a problem for the Eagles.
Well, they've kind of picked on Cranny. He doesn't usually turn and look. He runs with the receiver. That time, however, he did make the turn and jumped up and knocked it down. Poor receiver ran right out of his shoe.
So it brings up third down, 11 yards to go for the Bulldogs as they're at the Millard 39-yard line. Quarterback drops back, going to throw the football, gets it off out in the flat, and I don't know if it's caught or not. I can't tell, but it's close to first down.
He did catch it. He did, and Cranny was right there with him. He did bring it in. Again, that's 35. Again, he's done a great job out there, Zach Christensen.
Yeah.
And brought that down under duress, but not quite enough for a first down.
So it's going to bring up fourth down and 1 yard. Whitney, again, the quarterback, shotgun formation. Motion to the right-hand side again to overload the right-hand side. Run the quick place up the middle, and I don't know. Close.
It doesn't look like it from the official on the far side. I don't think he got there. That was Cox up the middle, knocked down quickly. That's a little better spot than I thought they were going to get.
Yeah, way better spot than I thought they were going to get.
Not enough, though.
First down for the Millard Eagles as they turn it over on downs. So with 9:59 remaining in the football game, Millard is still leading 43-13. Millard takes over on downs, and they had a 4th and 1 and run the big guy up the middle and couldn't get it done.
That's a good stand by Millard there.
And we're seeing a lot of young players in here now. So we'll try to keep you advised as best we can.
But with the change in numbers?
Yeah. If we had a regular program, it wouldn't be so bad, but they're using different numbers because they're in some old uniforms.
Well, they're new. They're just throwback.
Motion goes to the left-hand side. Quarterback keeps the football. Has a nice hole up the middle, and that's Robinson. He's going to get a first down and a lot more as he goes across midfield to the 40, to the 30, and is going to be tackled near the 30-yard line.
A nice run by Robinson as he kept it on the option and just cut inside the contain man. Stepped up in behind these blockers, cut against the grain, and away he went. That was a good run by Robinson.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles as they're in Gunnison territory at the 30-yard line. They're putting it right on the 30. 9:01, 8:59. So we're counting her down. Mercy Rule keeps this clock going if they can keep the score above 21 points. At this rate, it won't be more than about 10 minutes. This will be over. And they're in the quick dive up the middle for nothing. Boy, the line went backwards on that move.
A penalty flag down, however.
Oh. So that will stop the clock.
Holding.
Against the Eagles. Well, if you're going to hold him, at least get a gain.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't hold him very good, did he?
No, he didn't. That 7'2" is a big boy. Those JV kids are looking up at a mountain there. So they declined the penalty. So it brings up second down, and we'll call it 13. These boys look little that are coming in, Coach.
Yeah. I don't think there's any freshmen there. I don't think any of the freshmen dress, but they're young in that offensive line.
Yeah, they're getting some pretty big boys. Robinson at quarterback. Hands off to the deep back coming. He's got a hole, and he's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards.
That might be Brunson is still playing the tailback. Yeah, I think that's still Brunson running the tailback position.
Okay.
They just again, that's not trying to pile it up. It's just depth at position.
Yeah.
Millard is, that the sophomore class. There's only 3 kids playing in the sophomore class. It's just depth of position, some injuries and different things. They don't have anybody else to put there.
So it brings up third down along 7 yards to go for the Millard Eagles. Motion goes to the right-hand side. Handoff on the quick dive up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage, and then battles forward for maybe 3 or 4, but it's not going to be enough for a first down, I don't believe.
I don't know. Pretty close. The guy on this side is waving it off, trying to stop the clock. He seems to think they might have it.
Well, it went further than I thought. Quite a bit further than I thought. Put it right on the line. That is a first down.
No. Fourth down and extremely short.
Okay, so 7 minutes remaining in the football game. 43 for the Eagles, 13 for the Bulldogs. Millard on a 4th and 1 in territory of the Bulldogs at about the 20-yard line.
Got to block somebody.
They're just waiting to run that clock. Least number of plays, and they run the quick dive up the middle.
He got it across the line.
If he did, he got the first down.
Yeah, he's there.
The forward motion got it. He was sure pushed backwards afterwards. He did stick his, he did. I get on the replay. He was across. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles with 6:28 remaining in the football game. Don't you dare stop it. Okay. Full house backfield for the Millard Eagles, 2 wide receivers. And the official starts to count the time, so they know it's time to take the snap. And Millard jumps off sides.
Oh, boy. Only the right side of the team.
Yeah, just about 3 players on the right took off.
Yeah. This time it wasn't Canadian football. It was just a mass exodus. I think I know where the play was going, however, based on the emotion that those linemen took.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Millard Eagles with 5:41 to go.
Just means more time off the clock. That's why they did that, right?
Yeah. I guess. These young kids, they want to score, I guarantee you. They don't want to just show up. Following the game, we'll have the post-game show by Sunrise Engineering. We have a dive up the left-hand side. Not going to be a first down by any means, but
no. Hunter Anderson picked up the 5 that they lost, or maybe 4 of the 5.
Yep.
On the penalty.
So bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Eagles. 5 minutes to go in this football game. Play comes in from the sidelines, and this is one time you don't want to get in a hurry. Got a 30-point lead. And the clock's going. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, and he's going to pick up probably about 5 or 6 of his own. It's down to about the 15, so it is a 6-yard gain.
Get no depth. The penetration can't hurt you if you don't get any depth.
Yeah, if they run by you and you go, then it's not going to hurt you. 3rd and 5 for the Millard Eagles at the 15-yard line. Homecoming for the Eagles will be a successful win. Looks like that's a good thing. The dance is probably tomorrow?
Tomorrow. It's been a great week for them. They had a lot of fun activities, done a lot of great things. This caps it off, this football win.
And they run a little dive to the right-hand side. I don't believe it's going to be a first down. As it looks like it's about 11. They need to get up to 10.
I think they'll go for it.
Oh, yeah.
They could punt from here.
Yeah. Good. And somebody's calling timeout on the field with the score 43-13 and 3:47 remaining in the game. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Trailer World is blowing them out. Trailer World in Gunnison is having a huge sale on all remaining 2014 and 2015 Layton, Grey Wolf, Aljo, and Wildcat demo, display, and show model travel trailers. This includes fifth wheel and tongue draggers, but you gotta hurry. Only 7 units remaining, so grab yours right now. They come with a full factory warranty and the most popular floor plans. With incredibly easy financing available and trade-ins welcome, don't miss out. Stop by Trailer World in Gunnison or online at freedom-ford.com.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Welcome back. 4th and 1 for the Millard runabout. It looks like more like 2 where they've marked it. And the quarterback sneak right up the middle, and the line surge goes forward, and I don't know where it's going to be, but it's close to a first down.
Well, again, it'll depend on spot. Over here on the near side, I think you got a first down.
Yep, they're across the 10. Well, that should do it. First and goal for the Millard Eagles at the 9-yard line, leading 43-13 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this football game. I don't think Millard cares if they score or not. Well, the JV does, the players out there, but the coaches don't. I mean,
the coaches don't necessarily want to, but you're not quite to the point in time when you can start kneeling on it yet.
Right.
I mean, it's
3 minutes to go. Yeah.
It's a tough situation to be in because they don't. I'm sure the coaches don't want to put another one on them.
No. They hand up on the dive on the left-hand side, and it goes for a few yards. Millard can take off maybe 40 seconds or every time.
And they are doing that. They're taking as much time as they possibly can. But
ball's being spotted in about, I think it's about the 7-yard line, best I can tell. Maybe 6. It's a long, bad angle for me. So they'll break the huddle. 2:30 remaining in the football game. Quarterback waits for the official to start counting, and he does. So he gets under the center, takes the snap, hands off to the right-hand side. They get inside the 5-yard line to about the 3.
Just straight ahead stuff. They're going B gap just to give to the first back each time off that B gap.
Just keep pounding it in there.
Nothing fancy.
2 minutes and 6 seconds, 5 seconds, counting down. 43-13, Millard in the lead. And we're sending plays in and taking all the time we possibly can, which is good.
If the clock doesn't stop, get a couple of 5-yard penalties, take more time off without running a play. They could kill it without scoring.
So they say, go jump off sides, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. They hand off on the quick dive to the left, and this is not going to get in the end zone. This is about the 4-yard line, it looks like. And it's going to bring up 4th. And like I say, I don't think Millard cares if they score or not. Just keep the clock running. That's the big thing.
There's a little bit of excitement on the sideline. I thought maybe they're going to send the field goal team in, but they're told, no, go back and relax. We'll play this out.
Yeah, and this is the thing is, Gunnison's got to know you're diving right and diving left every time. So you get it stopped, you at least can keep the thing to 30, not make it 36 or 37. Quarterback sneak right up the middle.
Not going to do well this time.
No, they're not going to get the first
down.
down.
They keep bouncing it out. They're pushing to the side. They got close.
So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Millard Eagles.
But a nice little drive by the junior varsity team to move it down the field and get it within the 5.
Kill the clock with 49 seconds to go, and they'll have to stop it with a change of possession here. then Gunnison will try to do their thing. But this should go down as even with miracles, I don't think they can get this one won. Gunnison get back and get this one done. Well, they start the clock down to 40 seconds. Varsity's still in there. Throw the ball out in the flat. Completed for about a 10-yard gain. 30, 29, 28. So they'll get another play or two off before this ends. Whitney again at quarterback. They pretty well got the first string in, don't they, Coach? Oh, now they call a timeout. So with 17 seconds remaining in the football game, we'll go back to the studio for a 1-minute timeout.
Can-Am ATVs and side-by-side vehicles are all built with the same DNA. Industry-leading performance, precision-engineered handling, and rider-focused design. It's the Can-Am Ready Set Summer Sales Event. For a limited time, save up to $2,000 on your Can-Am off-road vehicle and get a 2-year extended warranty. Get ready to ride with a new Can-Am off-road vehicle at Gunnison Implement in Gunnison. Can-Am, the ride says it all. Offer ends soon. Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. See your dealer for details. For safety and training info, contact the ATV Safety Institute.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Well, we're back. Gunnison got the clock back to 24 seconds, so they didn't want to put one up. Quarterback's throwing one deep over the middle. It was in the hands of the receiver, but he couldn't hold on. It goes as an incomplete pass. And the clock will keep running unless they can use a timeout, which might end the football game. With 10 seconds to go, they'd have to hurry to get one off.
And they do call timeout.
So they want to go for it one more time. So with another timeout, we'll go back to studio for another 1 minute.
You've heard for years that Gunnison Market is your hometown grocer. Now Gunnison Market offers you a hometown pharmacist. Come experience friendly hometown service from Sean Sorensen at Gunnison Market Pharmacy. Sean grew up in Gunnison and offers competitive prices, expert advice, and convenient hours, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Explore the loyalty card benefits, which gives you a free gift card for every 10 prescriptions filled. Call 528-7555 or visit Gunnison Market Pharmacy.
Welcome back. Gunnison on 2nd and 10, but there's only 6 seconds remaining in the game. Use another timeout to get the clock stopped. Quarterback Whitney in the backfield. He's going to throw the football. No, he's not. He's going to get sacked. And that probably should end the football game. It does. So with the final score, the Millard Eagles 43, the Gunnison Bulldogs 13. We'll go back to studio for a 2-minute timeout.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger with smoked brisket, mesquite barbecue sauce, and jalapeno straws. New at Carl's Jr. For a limited time, available as third and half-pound thick burgers.
Attention all farmers. Hermanson's Mill in Gunnison is having a fertilizer meeting that you won't want to miss out on. One of Simplot's head agronomists is coming down to help you increase your yields in alfalfa, corn, small grains, and any other crop you grow. Hermanson's Mill is getting a new state-of-the-art fertilizer blender and will be able to custom blend you any fertilizer combination you need. The meeting will be at the Gunnison City Hall on Thursday, October 16th at 8:30 a.m. After the meeting, lunch will be served. This is one meeting you won't want to miss out on. Please RSVP to Hermanson's Mill at 528-3136.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones & DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesandDeMille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Visit the new copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison for a variety of services, including color copies, scrapbooking supplies, photo prints, wire binding, 27-inch lamination, blueprint copies, vinyl lettering, booklet making, and they have Kodak picture makers as well as Pebbles albums and page kits. Visit the copy station at 558 South Main in Gunnison, open weekdays 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. And for sound advice on insurance choices, call Donaldson Insurance in Gunnison, toll-free 800-978-2121.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, "Yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Us.
Welcome back to the Sunrise Engineering post-game show. Visit Sunrise Engineering at sunrise-eng.com. They promote athletics and academic excellence, and we appreciate the sponsorship on all the high school games and what they do for them to get these programs on the show. Millard Eagles, obviously, big win, 43-13, kind of had their way early, and then Gunnison showed moments of toughness and the ability to do some things, and then kind of disappears again. But if they get that to be consistent, they'd be a formidable team to have to deal with. Millard will play next week here in Fillmore against Layton Christian. That is not on the radio.
No.
So if you want to see that, you got to come.
Layton Christian, a private school up in the Ogden area. Not many people know much about. They usually have pretty good athletes, not always football athletes, but they'll bring some good kids in here, and they have had some success and have, played some people pretty tough. So they'll be a team you can't take lightly.
Yep, you better come and play the game, and so get ready to play it. So it was a good win for Millard on homecoming today. Congratulations to the student body. Probably a fun week, an enjoyable week.
They've had a good week. Kids
enjoy these kind of things, and it's a fun thing for them.
If you get a chance, check out the M on the Hill. The kids have put a lot of time in, raised a lot of money. They purchased lights that they put up there on the M to illuminate the M at night. They're solar powered, and they've done a lot of work to gain that money this quick to put those lights in. That was a goal of the student council. So, if you get a chance to.
Looks like they filled in the middle of it.
Yeah, and they filled in the middle with some lighter material, trying to make it more of a block than just the outline. So they've done a lot of work, and there's still some things they want to try and do.
So it looks really nice, and congratulate to them. And then Hall of Fame new member.
Yep, Hall of Fame this week. And for those of you out there, the announcements have been made that every year we select 2 members to the Hall of Fame for the Millard Hall of Fame, Academic Hall of Fame. And if you have someone you'd like to nominate, it's gone out in the world and done great things and accomplished some things and is a good example and a good recipient, please make application, send it to Millard High School, and we'll get it in the file as we begin the process of choosing more recipients for next year. Again, it was Jim Quigley, class of 1970, that was the recipient this year, and a very good recipient. So if you'd like to be involved in that, get your names in. Get your applications, or not your applications, but your nominations.
And with the nominations, they would like a resume type thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that'd be kind of a good thing to do. Well, Millard Eagles second half, and it went fast. Thank heaven, had 3 fumbles, and then and then gave the ball up on downs towards the end of the game, but the JV played part of that game, and it was kind of like just get through it, get it done, get the win marked in the books. It just had 43-6 at half, and they gave up one touchdown in the second half on a fumble. Millard fumbled it in the end zone. They recovered it. So one defensive touchdown is all it was. They didn't really score offensively. So kind of a big win. We're going to go back to studio for another timeout, and then we'll be back with more post-game show from Sunrise Engineering.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Foodtown in Fillmore. Dwayne's Foodtown prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Foodtown, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year. Serving the Gunnison Valley for over 100 years, the Gunnison Telephone Company has seen amazing changes in the telephone business over the past century, from the crane telephone of the past to convenient cordless phones, call waiting, call forwarding, and lightning-fast internet service. The Gunnison Telephone Company continues to serve the telephone and internet needs of the communities in the beautiful Gunnison Valley.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Lazy D Pond now offers water transfer printing for your guns, and they have hundreds of patterns to choose from. Water transfer printing is more durable than paint and decals and is made to survive in harsh conditions. Bring your guns to Lazy D Pond and pick your pattern, from camo to skulls to just about anything. Lazy D Pond can also print ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. Water transfer printing now at Lazy D Pond, 420 South Main in Centerfield.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking in Salina has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking's Big Blue trucks are recognizable throughout the Intermountain West, hauling products that keep this country running. Barney Trucking is honored to be a part of Central Utah and supports our local schools and community. When you're out on the roads, remember to drive safely. Barney Trucking of Salina, proud to support the high school teams this season.
Basketball season is officially upon us, and once again the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs are heating up the court. And this year, Gunnison Valley Hospital is pleased to bring the game straight to your radio. Gunnison Valley Hospital has been serving the local community for more than 75 years. Whether you need a routine checkup or are seeking a specialist, Gunnison Valley Hospital can get you the care you deserve right here in Gunnison. Cutting-edge technology, hometown convenience. That's the Gunnison Valley Hospital.
Welcome back, Fillmore, Utah. Final score: the Millard Eagles defeated the Gunnison Bulldogs by a score of 43-13. This post-game show is brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, working to improve your community. See how at sunrise-eng.com. Kind of an interesting game. Gunnison next week plays at home against the San Juan Broncos, and both of them tend to like to pass the ball, so it could be very entertaining.
San Juan, again, a very good football team, as evidenced by their win over the Beavers at Beaver. So I believe that was. So, you know, a credible team. They had their down year last year. They're back. They're very, very skilled, and they do things very well, very disciplined. So that'll be a steep task for the Gunnison Bulldogs. But, again, I think Gunnison, it comes down to their emotional state. and how they can sustain it. They could compete if they can sustain that emotional level.
Yeah, when they get up, then they get excited. They get to be pretty good football teams.
Yep.
So they showed some things tonight that were pretty impressive at times.
Yep.
The Millard Eagles will be home against Layton Christian, and that'll be 7 o'clock here in Fillmore. And it's not on the radio or TV or anything, so come out and support them. They'll need the support. It's a decent football team.
Not quite know what to expect out of that one, but Millard's got to win that football game.
Yeah, they really do. So keep out of a bad spot in the playoffs.
Or a worse spot. They're already in a bad spot.
Yeah. And then the final game of the year for both teams will be on Wednesday, the following Wednesday. So you'll play Friday, and then they both turn around and play Wednesday. Millard will play at South Summit, and Gunnison will play at Summit Academy on that Wednesday. So going to be kind of a wild deal there. We'll go back to studio for a final timeout, and then we'll be back with the players of the game for both teams.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Are you ready for a weekend away? Jorgensen's Honda is the place to start. They carry a full line of RVs to make that trip a lasting memory. With models like Yellowstone, Conquest, Amerilite, and Canyon Trail, you can find the perfect fit. For great fun and comfort, check out the full line of RVs at Jorgensen's Honda. Dennis or Mike can help you out. Stop by today at 980 South Coveview Road in Richfield, or give them a call at 435-896-6408.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
Welcome back to Fillmore. Kerry Watson and Dennis Aldridge. We're wrapping this game up on the post-game show with Sunrise Engineering. And Sunrise Engineering sharing the Friday Night Lights with you. So go on the internet at sunrise-eng.com and you can get all of this good information from them. And we appreciate their sponsorship and all of our sponsors' program tonight. Let's name the Gunnison player of the game, Coach.
Well, I think you got to, from our perspective, go with McCade Cox. Both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. He was a force defensively, and it's hard to say when the other team scores that many points, but still, when they stopped Millard, he was in the middle of it nearly every time.
He was.
And offensively, had a lot of nice runs. and did some good things offensively too. I think all around, I think McCade Cox is your player of the game.
So McCade Cox will get from Gunnison Market free deli lunch special. Gunnison Market at 520 South Main in Gunnison. Stop by the deli for lunch and get a burrito, chicken tenders, corn dogs, or pizza pockets, or all of the above if you want, with potato logs and a 32-ounce drink. Great 10-piece meals and a great place to go to get a little bit of food. And we appreciate their sponsorship, and Cade Cox will go there and probably enjoy that meal. So.
Yep.
For the Millard Eagles, Coach, offensive and defensive players are brought to you by Subway. Miller's Subway at the end of town, and they have great meals. You can get breakfast out there. You can get a variety of salads. You can get the sandwiches, and they're even good for you. So that's a bonus.
That's wonderful.
Defensive player of the game.
Yeah, I think we went Tyler Gamble. Tyler Gamble had a great night tonight, putting pressure on the quarterback, had some sacks, had some tackles for losses, and did some wonderful things for them defensively. So Tyler Gamble, player of the game defensively.
An offensive player of the game with 3 touchdowns.
Derek Brunson had a nice night tonight. Again, coming out of that tailback position. Don't have his total yards, but he racked up a bunch of yards and the touchdowns and kept things going. A lot of nice plays out of Derek Brunson.
So congratulations to them, and they'll get a free Subway 6-inch sub and drinks and a bag of chips, and they can just get a little more energy for practice the next day.
Be ready to go.
Okay. So again, Millard will play Layton Christian. It's not on the radio next week, so I'll play Friday here at 7 o'clock, and Gunnison will play San Juan at 7 o'clock in Gunnison. So get out and support them. The Gunnison game will be on KMTI next week too. So, and I'm not sure if it's on Centricom or not, but I'll figure that out later. But we appreciate them. Again, the final score for Millard Eagles defeating the Gunnison Bulldogs 43-13. Congratulations to them. This is Kerry Watson for Dennis Aldridge, wishing you a very good evening.
You've been listening to exciting high school football action on South Central Utah's sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school football action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.